And Brandy James, what a great job singing the national anthem.
Talented young woman. Lucky enough to get to listen to her during basketball games is due. Brings chills every time I do.
Very, very good. Wilmington is on the sideline now. They're wearing their lime green helmets with the Wilmington logo on each side. They're also wearing their dark green uniforms, white letters with lime green trim on the outside with black pants. Earlham, all white uniforms, including the helmets with, I believe, purple numbers and letters on their jerseys. We are about 4 minutes away from getting things kicked off here from Townsend Field at Williams Stadium. Give me a prediction, Alan. What are you looking for who do you think is going to come out victorious in this game?
Well, I think this first 10 minutes is going to really tell the story. You're going to see a lot of nervousness. There's a lot of young kids going to be playing today on both sides. I look for the Quakers, led by senior quarterback Luke Credit, led by a talented front seven on defense that is upper-class laden. I look for them to come out, Wilmington to come out victorious. Again, led by that senior quarterback, led by that talented front seven, that senior laden group.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. And again, football is finally back in the college level, as not only we are kicking things off today, but Division I is kicking off today. Any games in Division I you're looking forward to seeing?
I'm a Notre Dame fan, so
oh, that's even worse.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Irish take on Temple today. Got that DVR'd because we're going to be in the beginning of that game, but excited about that. I can't wait tonight to see 1 versus 3. It's exciting to play those type of games here early on in the season, see where people are at. We saw that on Thursday night with Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know, it took them a while to get that engine going, but once they got going, but you never know what's going to happen in week 1.
That Ohio State defense has got a lot of work to do on the cornerbacks and in the secondary, because they looked really, really bad for at least 3 quarters of that game.
There were a lot of guys getting their first opportunity. Out here on the field, we have our honorary captain there that was just honored. That's Josh Sams, one of our assistant coaches here at Wilmington College. He's the strength and conditioning coordinator. Great gentleman, a Marine veteran, I believe, and a guy that we're really proud to have on staff here at the college.
We got the coin toss getting ready to go down in the middle of the field right now.
You're the visitor. What is your call? Heads. This is heads. This is tails. Heads is calling. It is a head. You have won the toss. Left to receive. Which way would you like to kick?
Earlham wins the toss and elects to receive.
Earlham has won. Is elected to receive.
So Earlham has won the coin toss. They will receive the opening kickoff. They will be going left to right on your computer screens, iPhones, tablets, radio dials, as we bring you this one here live on Campus Nation and 106.9 WZZA. We got a lot of stations that are broadcasting this game here today, and it's awesome to be able to bring a local college like Wilmington College out into the national presence a little bit all around the state of Ohio.
Absolutely, and hopefully we put on quite a show today where it's something that people are going to want to come back, going to want to listen to, and going to want to watch.
Teams are taking the field now. Wilmington getting ready to tee the ball up. We've got number 49 for the Quakers. Champ will be kicking this one away. Back deep to receive the kickoff for Earlham. We've got number 7, Marcus Cooper, and number 3, Elijah Billy.
Marcus Cooper, he's a guy to watch. The Wilmington Quakers are going to want to kick away from him. He is a talented, electric guy when he gets the football, so they're going to want to keep the ball out of his hands. He's someone that Coach Filipovich, the defensive coordinator for Wilmington, has circled when they're on defense.
Champ's got the ball teed up, hand in the air, and there goes the kick. Gets a nice line drive kick that Cooper's going to let Hop pick it up at the 16. He's across the 25 and doesn't make it to the 30 as he's finally shoved out of bounds by a host of Fightin Quaker tacklers on the Wilmington sideline. And we'll get our first look at the Earlham Quakers coming out onto the field as they will start the drive. First down and 10 from their own 27-yard line as Wesley Hudley leads the offense on the field.
Hudley's another interesting guy. He played all over the field last year for Earlham. He played receiver. He played running back. He's going to be a guy that's dynamic with the football, do a little bit with his arm. I'm looking for him to try to do a lot with his legs.
The official picks the ball up and moves it to the other hash. We're going to start off in a shotgun formation here. 2 receivers far side to the left, 1 near side right. Hudley in the gun with 2 backs on each side of him. First down and 10, first play of the ball game. There's the snap. Hudley, he'll hand it off left side.
Gonzalez missed on that tackle, but man, was he a speeding bullet in there.
Number 56 cleaned up everything for Wilmington. That's Bernard Ross. Number 36 on the run, Brandon Kinley for the Earlham, and it's a loss of 2, brings up second down and 12.
The defensive line did a great job, really, of holding their guys up, and the linebackers flowed to that play. It was a beautiful job by Wilmington. Great first play. Way to get the jitters out for the Quakers.
Same formation here for Hudley. 2 receivers far side to the left, 1 near side right in the gun. Hudley takes the snap. This time he's going to pass. Got a curl route completed over here on the right side. Number 10 on the catch, Jamal Barnes. And Barnes will get just across the 30 to the 31. And we've got a 3rd and about 6 here.
As I'm looking at Wilmington's defense, I see David Henry back on the field, number 45. That's exciting for Wilmington because he is a man amongst boys out there. Had his season cut short to injury last year, is able to come back for another year. It's exciting to see him back out on the field, flying around, making a tackle.
3rd down and 6. 2 receivers far side left, 1 near side right. Big 3rd down on the opening possession. Hudley back to pass, looking downfield, pulls it down. He's going to run it. Wilmington, a great job with the spy on him there as he only gets to the 35, and it's going to be a punt for Earlham. Number 14 on the stop, Brian Gonzalez, and he did a good job with that spy linebacker position.
Absolutely. With a mobile guy like Hudley, it's going to be hard to not let him escape the pocket. Gonzalez did a great job of being ready and aware.
A.J. Hightower back to receive the punt. Number 14 will punt this one away. Jordan Christian, he's standing on his own 21. Hightower is on his own own 35-yard line. There's the snap, low snap. Punter picks it up off the ground and boots it away. This isn't a very good punt, but it's going to take an Earlham bounce all the way down to the 26-yard line of Wilmington. And that's where the Quakers will take over first down and 10. Good job by the defense there, Allen, to get a stop on the first drive.
Absolutely. You get your offense the ball quickly. You get that stop right away. You get kind of that feeling going, and now you get to see Brian Moore, Luke Credit, and his offense come out, and we're going to be excited to see what these guys are going to bring.
Luke will start in the shotgun formation with Gino Hinton, the starting running back on his right side. 3 receivers far side right, 1 near side to the left. Quakers' first play of the 2017 season. It'll be Credit back to pass. He swings it out to Hinton. Hinton got a nice little run out to the 30-yard line for a 4-yard gain on first down. Nice little swing route there from Hinton.
I look for the Quakers to be getting the ball out quickly all day long. Credit took a lot of hits last year, but being a veteran guy, getting comfortable with this offense, I think that they're going to try to get the ball out of his hands quick all day.
Second down and 7 yards to go here. Credit in the gun. 2 receivers near side left, 1 far side right on 2nd and 7 for Wilmington. Credit takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Gino Hinton. He breaks a couple tackles and bowls his way down to the 34-yard line where Wilmington will have a more manageable 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice block down there by Valdez, the left guard. Did a good job of getting his man, clearing him out of the hole, and Hinton just found that little hole, that little spot, and wiggled away a couple yards.
Wilmington going no huddle here, not even huddling. The offensive line already lined up on 3rd and 3. 2 backs next to Luke Credit. 2 receivers near side left, 1 far side right in the shotgun on 3rd and 3. Back to pass, Credit rolls, he fires, nice pass across the middle, first down and more. There he goes, midfield, 45, and down inside the 45-yard line, number 9, Amir Jackson gets the ball into Earlham territory to the 43-yard line.
And I know the coaches were excited about seeing this kid play. He's a kick returner. He showed some kick returner skills right there.
That was a nice read there by Credit to find him over the middle because it looked like he was in trouble at first, but he calmed down, set his feet, and made a nice throw.
Yeah, had that double screen going, a fake screen to the right, back to the middle screen to the left.
Credit takes the snap on first down, throws another pass to Jackson. Jackson lost the football, but Hinton was right there to pick this one up. It is a positive gain for Wilmington, and Jackson is hurt.
He was caught kind of in a compromising position there as he was getting tackled, foot stuck in the ground.
And I think the pain that he was in caused him to drop the ball, too.
Yeah, yep.
So it's a positive gain for Wilmington of about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 39. We hope this is nothing serious for Jackson as he's laying down onto the field.
Also hobbling off the field was running back number 4, Hinton, as well.
He fell on the ball.
Okay.
11:06 to play in the first quarter. Wilmington on their first drive of the ball game after causing a 3-and-out by Earlham.
Hopefully this young man is able to hop up. It looks like he's going to be able to. Definitely going to be in some pain. Like I said, his knee looked like it got bent straight back. Took a hit right to it. Foot stuck in the ground, but it's nice to see him walking off even if it's with assistance.
Let's hope that he's able to get back on the field. Probably not for this game, but in the weeks to come. Wilmington looks like they've got some more weapons that they can work with, too, on the offensive side.
Yeah. He came off making a big play right there, too. That's always hard when you come right out of making a big play, and the next play you see him go down to injury.
2nd down and 5. Eric Flynn is in the backfield with Luke Credit. 2 receivers far side right, 1 near side left. Credit in the gun, takes it. He's going to hand it off to Flynn. Flynn has a nice hole, and he stumbles and bumbles inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, and another Quaker first down.
What great patience by Flynn right there, just allowing those blocks to set themselves up, and like you said, sidestepping, using some nice moves to get the first down.
1st and 10 as the chains are set. 2 receivers far side right, 2 receivers near side left. Credit with the snap. This time he's going to play action, pass it out. And number 7 with the spin move for the Quakers. That's Deshaun Maddox with the nice stutter step down to the 21-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down and about 2 for the Quakers.
Maddox in for the injured Jackson. What a way to get started. Get your hands on the ball that second play and makes a nice move.
There's a nice play action by Luke Credit as well. Trips out to the right side. 1 receiver near side left. Credit's in the gun. And it looks like Earlham may have jumped.
Got
but
a
they're
free
snap
play.
the ball.
Credit's going to go deep.
He's going in the end zone. It's caught. Oh, and the officials calling him out of bounds. That looked like it was a touchdown from here. Number 83, P.J. Meyer with the catch. But again, there is a penalty flag down. It looks like Earlham jumped early.
Great job by Credit, recognizing he's going to have a free play and take a chance there. And why not trust P.J. Meyer? I mean, that's the guy that was your leading receiver a year ago. He's a guy that you're pretty confident is going to go make a play for you.
It is offsides against Earlham. That's going to be an automatic first down with the 5-yard penalty. So now the Quakers inside the red zone for the first time today. Ball will be placed at the 16-yard line of Earlham.
As a result of the penalty, Quakers have the ball 1st and 10 from the Earlham 16.
Sounds good. Broadcast, I listened to it. You're on.
1 receiver far side to the right, 2 receivers near side left. Credit's in the gun. Flynn is on his left. Takes a snap. And he gives it to Flynn. Flynn bounces off out to the outside. 10, 5, and knocked down at the 5, but there is a penalty flag down at the 10. You think it's holding?
I believe it's going to be a hold right as he bounced that. You know, the offensive line, they're holding their blocks, and just as he bounced that run, and the guy tries to get separation, we saw a little tug of the jersey out there.
It was number 7, Deshaun Maddox, who came in for the injured Jackson, causing the penalty of a hold, and now that backs Wilmington way up to the 20. They're still inside the red zone, 9:54 to play in the first quarter, and they still have a first down. It's about 1st and 14 for Wilmington.
Jackson is on the sideline warming up. That's a good sign for the Wilmington Quakers.
He ran back to the coach. Trips out to the right side, 1 receiver near side left. Credit's in the shotgun on 1st and 14. Takes it, low snap. He's going to go for Meyer again. Meyer caught it.
Got a foot down. Absolutely.
Touchdown, Quakers.
What a play, what a ball. Way to trust your guy. Meyer had him beat, and Meyer did a great job of going up and getting that. I tell you what, he got a foot and a butt, I think.
Yeah.
That would have been a touchdown on Sunday. Great job by Meyer. Way to control the ball.
Wilmington's first touchdown of 2017 comes from credit to Meyer, a 20-yard strike. And now we are going to attempt the PAT as number 49 for Wilmington, Kevin Shamp, comes in.
Our camera right down there next to the soccer net, getting good pictures. We're getting close-ups.
Credit is the holder. Waits the snap, snaps down, kicks up end over end, right through the uprights and good. 9:41 to play in the first quarter. It's Wilmington 7 and Earlham 0 as you're listening to live college football on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, as well as 106.9 WZAA in Jeffersonville.
Well, what a way to bounce back. There was a little adversity there for a young team. Their two seniors step up and make a play there on, what was that, 1st and 14. Way to erase that down and distance and that hold call in the last play. Wilmington just had a real, this is the start they were looking for. I guarantee you if Coach Moore scripted it, this would be the start, other than a couple injuries, that he was looking for today.
And, I mean, just to go back to that same play that they almost scored on the offsides penalty, and for credit to have that much trust in Meyer to get the foot down, too, is just amazing.
Absolutely. I think there's just a trust factor between the two of them that's been created not only through practice but through game situations. You're going to see him use him as his security blanket, and I say him, credit's going to use P.J. Meyer as his security blanket.
And Shamp will be teeing this one off again, back to receive it for Earlham. We've got number 7 at Cooper and number 3 Elijah Bali. With 9:41 to play in the first quarter.
Cooper moved up a little bit this time. I think he wants to catch that ball in the air, kind of having to move sideways laterally. Never really got going last time when he recovered that kickoff.
Champ's got it teed up, and he's going to kick this one away. A nice end-over-end kick. Bali is going to pick this one from the 15. He crossed the 20, 25. 30, 35, and that's where he's piled up at the 36-yard line, where Earlham will take over 1st and 10. They've had a couple drives with a little bit of decent field position, but, you know, the first drive didn't work out for him, 3-0.
Well, the good news was on that first play of the last drive, Wilmington was able to push him backwards. And again, the way you set up, one thing that Wilmington didn't have in their drive offensively was being behind the down and distance other than on that 1st and 14.
Hundley is in the pistol set here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 far side left. Takes the snap. There goes the handoff. And what a push by the Wilmington defensive line there to get to the backfield right as soon as the ball was snapped.
And David Henry, he is excited to be back on a football field. You can tell he is flying off the ball right now, creating havoc.
That's going to be a loss of 3. 2nd down and 12 for the Earlham Quakers. See if Wilmington can get the same push on this 2nd down play. Pistol ace formation, trips near side right, 1 receiver far side to the left. Number 34, Austin Baker behind Hundley in the pistol. 2nd down and 12. Hundley takes a snap, draws back, straight back to pass, under pressure, gets away from 1. He's not me. Oh, I thought David Henry was going to get him. The pass is incomplete.
Ryan Prince put that initial pressure on. He did a great job getting off the edge, hand fighting, was able to get that right tackle's hands away from him and get that initial pressure and flush him.
Ross almost chased him down as well as David Henry. 3rd and 12 for Earlham on just their 2nd drive of the ball game with 8:43 to go in the first quarter.
It's exciting to get that pressure, but I guarantee Coach Philly is saying, don't let him outside the pocket. Don't let this guy hurt us with his feet.
Especially on a 3rd and 12 with 3 receivers near side to the right, 1 receiver far side left. Hundley in the gun. Nope. There's some movement, and was Wilmington drawn off? I believe so. It's going to be against Earlham.
And I think Wilmington has David Henry standing up, moving around. He has David Henry standing up, moving around, and I think that threw off Earlham's offensive line. They were nervous. They're trying to, I guarantee in the game plan, they need to know where David Henry is. So I guarantee with him standing up, moving around, that's making those offensive linemen nervous. Hard to hold your water there.
And it's 3rd and 17 now for Earlham. They're going to come out in the same set before the penalty here. Huntley's got 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. In the shotgun formation. Takes the snap, draws back the pass, looking downfield, has a man open across the middle, but couldn't find him in time. He's going to take off.
Using those feet.
Yep, breaks 3 tackles, but not the 6th or 7th tackle. He only gets it out to the 32-yard line, and it's going to bring up another punting situation here for Earlham.
Well, let's give the kid credit for what an effort. I mean, I thought 3 or 4 times he was going down. He was wrapped up multiple times, did a great job of escaping, but there was tons of pursuit there. Quakers got to love what they're seeing from their defense.
And he broke about 6, 7 tackles, almost 8 on that. It was insane. Number 14 will punt this one away, Jordan Christian. And A.J. Hightower for Wilmington is standing on his own 35-yard line to receive it on 4th and 14. Snap. That's a better snap this punt. This one's a nice high line drive taken by Hightower at the 26. 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, and down to the 40-yard line of Earlham, but there is a penalty flag on the 46.
Well, they only say the punt returner's job to make the first man miss. He made the first 2 guys miss. Great return there by A.J. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have a hold getting that brought back.
If the officials are talking this one over, the penalty flags on the Earlham 46-yard line. A nice return out to the Earlham 40, but just like Alan said, it's probably getting moved back.
You know, on that last defensive possession, it was really nice seeing number 6, Stephen Broussard, making a tackle. The kid's battled back from an injury last year as a freshman that kept him off the field. He is a player and a playmaker, and he was the guy that finally finished the hit when he got there.
I'm really impressed with the defensive line play for Wilmington right now.
Absolutely. They are on the attack, and they have some big, athletic, strong guys that are just doing a fantastic job of getting the hands off of them and attacking the quarterback and still staying in their lanes, though.
So this one's going to back Wilmington up back into their own territory where the ball was fielded at their own 26-yard line, 1st and 10. And again, we are live here on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports, also on 106.9 WZAA, and also on 98.1 WDTZ, Cincinnati, WGRN in Columbus, and WJVG in Columbus as well. Wilmington 1st and 10 on their own 17. They moved him back really far. Credit takes the snap. This time the read option play keeps it himself. And Luke Credit gets it all the way across the 25 to the 27 for a Wilmington first down.
And there was a little different wrinkle. We actually had 2 backs in the backfield on either side of Credit there. Ran a little option. He was able to keep the ball and did a nice job of making the read.
We got a 3-receiver bunch formation on the near side left. Credit's in the shotgun here on 1st and 10. Takes a snap. This time he's going to keep it himself on the quarterback sweep on the right side, making people miss. Credit across the 35 and down to the 38-yard line, really close to another Quaker first down.
Did a good job dodging and weaving. I'm not sure that was exactly the play call. Looked like there was a little bit of a broken play. But on a side note, it's nice to see number 9, Jackson, back out on the football field. He is limping around a little bit, but he's back out there after that scary hit earlier.
And it's a first down for Wilmington on the 38-yard line. Credit's in a pistol formation. Hinton's behind him. 1 receiver on each side. Takes the snap. Drops the ball, and Gino falls on it. He just was thinking about the play before he even caught the snap.
Yeah, his head was coming up there before he caught the snap. Fortunately for Wilmington, Gino has been on top of, I think, both fumbles.
Both fumbles. So that's going to be a loss of about 4 for Wilmington back to the 34-yard line, 2nd down and 15.
And this is that getting behind the down and distance that they don't want to do.
2 receivers out to the right, 1 near side left. Credit takes the snap, play action. Now rolling out to his left. He's got to pull it down and run. 35, 40, 45 and scampers out of bounds at the
He's going to have a
Earlham.
first down, it looks like.
Earlham 48, that's another Quaker first down. I haven't seen Luke Credit make this many plays with his feet in a very long time.
Well, I know the kid was a great athlete in high school, really good basketball player.
Yeah.
He's showing a lot of that athleticism here today. I'm with you. I didn't see a lot of this last year, but the young man is using his feet and using them well.
Another first down just outside of Earlham territory on the Wilmington 48-yard line. 2 receivers, far side to the right, 1 near side left. Man going in motion from left to right. Credit takes it, hands it off to Hinton. Hinton's got a big hole, 45, and stumbles out of bounds close to the Earlham 40, and it's another Wilmington first down.
And we have some offensive linemen that are creating some holes and getting excited about it down there. Wilmington is doing a great job of just really pushing them off the ball, and their running backs have been extremely patient in finding those holes.
It looks like he just got 9.5 yards, so it's going to be second and about a half yard for Wilmington as they're back into Earlham territory. 3 receivers far side right, 1 receiver near side left. Credit's in the gun, takes the snap, play action again, fires, completed to Hightower, and he is spun down at the 40-yard line. This one is a Quaker first down.
Credit, though, taking the shot right after he throws it. They've been bringing a little outside pressure, has Earlham. Number 34 was able to get there, but again, Credit getting the ball out quickly, did a good job. Hightower getting a first down.
It'll be another first down and 10, ball on the Earlham 38-yard line. 2 receivers out to the right side, 1 near side left. Credit's in the gun. Flynn is on his right side, takes it, fakes it to Jackson, and fakes it to Hinton, and Credit follows Hinton through the hole down to the 36. Just a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
That was an interesting one with Luke pulling it there. I think I would have liked to seen him hand that ball off to the running back Flynn and allow him to kind of do that work up in the middle there.
2nd down and 8 on the 36-yard line of Earlham. Trips out to the far side right, 1 receiver near side left. Credit's in the pistol formation with Hinton behind him. Takes the snap. This time, play action again to Hinton. Hinton throwing some nice blocks. He's got a man open. It's Hightower. Jump ball. Incomplete.
P.J. Meyer going up for that ball. And I tell you what, if Luke just puts that out just a little bit farther, Meyer had him beat by a couple steps, had to hold up there. Actually, I think mistimed his jump, but what a great job, though, by Luke Credit putting the ball out there. P.J. going up and competing for it.
And that was his first incompletion of the game as Credit completed his first 5 passes.
He has been very accurate again. A lot of quick, short stuff, but he's had a couple nice deep ones.
Finally, a 3rd and long. This is the first 3rd and long for Wilmington all game. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 near side left. Credit takes it, play action to Hinton again. He's got it under pressure. He gets rid of it, still on his feet. He's got Jackson down there and had another receiver at number 26, Malik Pettiford, and he's the one who touched it. Incomplete, very dangerous pass thrown by Credit.
That's not the ball you want your quarterback to throw there as he's getting pulled down. That was kind of up for grabs. 26 did a really nice job, Malik, of going up and knocking that ball down and getting it on the ground because that looked like it had disaster written all over it.
That's just a situation where you'd rather your quarterback take the sack.
Absolutely.
4 wide, 2 on each side. Wilmington going for it on 4th and 8 from the 36. They got to get it to the 28-yard line for a first down.
Now
looking over to the sideline.
Remember, Credit is also their punter as well, so this may be kind of a little drop-back punt, but I think they're in go-for-it field position.
They only have 1 second on the play clock, and they got it off. Credit under pressure, finds it, completes to Hightower. Hightower makes a man miss, and down inside the 15 to the 14. Good play there by Credit, and again, under pressure, but took his time and set his feet.
He has some magic in those feet today. Just avoided that defender, just gave him a little shoulder shake, and like you said, got the feet set, delivered a nice strong pass.
First down and 10. Quakers back inside the red zone where last time they scored a touchdown on the 15-yard line. 1 receiver each side. In the pistol is Credit. Takes it. This time he's going to hand it off to, nope, he's going to keep it himself on the read. I think he should have gave that one to Hinton. And I don't think he picked up much, maybe a yard.
No, and we had man-to-man on the outside, up and bump and run. There was going to be 9 guys in that box ready to play defense. They were ready to stop the run there at Wilmington.
Second down and 9 for the Quakers now. 3 receivers will line up far side to the right, 1 near side left. Shotgun.
Again, Earlham up in that bump and run coverage.
Credit takes the snap. Play action again. He's going to fire for the Hightower on the fade. Got the foot down. Oh! He had the foot down and possession, and the official calls it incomplete. Third down.
I think he felt that left foot came down first instead of the right. The right was definitely in. The left was pretty close. It was iffy, but he must have felt that left foot came down first.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 for Wilmington. And obviously, I think you go for it on 4th down. Even if you don't get it here, you're up. What do you got to lose?
I agree. And they have some young kickers, so I see Coach Moore looking for something here. We're putting themselves in good position for 4th down.
2 receivers out to the right, 1 left. Takes the snap. Credit rolls out to his right. Looking downfield.
Yeah,
fires.
Hightower.
Hightower's got it. Diving catch. Incomplete. Off his hands.
As he hit the ground, that ball bounced up. As the momentum of him going for that diving catch, as he hit the ground, that ball unfortunately bounced out of his hand. Great effort.
And that's going to bring up a 4th and 9. What are the Quakers going to do here? Looks like we will be going for it. They can still pick up a 1st down at the 11-yard line. Oh, excuse me, the 6-yard line. I was looking at the wrong thing. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 receiver near side left. Credits in the gun. Takes the snap. Fakes again. This time he's going to roll to his right. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run himself. Dive, stretches the ball forward. He may have gotten the 1st down with that last stretch.
It's going to be close. We may have to bring the sticks where the far side official is marking it. It looks like it's going to be about a half yard to a full yard short, though.
And it is going to be short, and Wilmington will turn the ball over on downs. No points in the red zone, but a great job by Credit to get just that close. So Earlham takes over 1st and 10 on their own 6, backed up deep. Wilmington's defense with the pressure may be able to get a safety.
And this is one of those places where, as a coach, you trusted your team to go for it because I believe you trust your defense. You've had great pressure all day long. Let's hope that Wilmington can get some more pressure on the quarterback.
Hundley's into pistol set with 4 wide receivers. Takes it, quick throw out to the left side. Completed to Cooper, and Cooper just gained about a yard on that play. A lot of running for very minimal gain.
And you can see, though, his make-you-miss ability. We'd like to see Stephen Broussard break down a little bit more there and make that tackle, but the Quakers had a bunch of guys rally into the football. And if you're so far the defense of coaches, you've got to love the fact that Wilmington has 4, 5, 6 guys coming to the ball and the rest of them on their way.
2nd down and 8 yards to go. 3 receivers on the near side right, 1 far side left. Hundley's in the gun. He's going to take it. He's going to fake it, and he's going to run himself on the left side across the 10. And he is tackled hard at about the 12-yard line, what'll be a 3rd and 5.
Again, we had a host of Quakers in on that tackle, and there were still guys. What I love to see is they're flying to the ball even after the play is over with.
Looks like we got about a 3rd and 4. You have to get it to the 22, and they're on the 18. Or they have to get it to the 18. They're on the 12-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 on the left side. Cooper goes in motion from left to right. Hundley takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He had some jittery feet and scrambling, and he's not going to get away from the pressure as the Quakers will sack him back at the 9-yard line, and we'll have a 4th down upcoming. Is there a penalty flag? No, they just stopped the clock to reset the play clock.
And you see number 60 there running off, Darren Milligan. Great to see him back from injury as well. Great to see him out on the football field. Got cleared about a week and a half ago. Exciting to see him out there making plays out on the field.
And Jordan Christian will punt this one away. He's in his own end zone to A.J. Hightower, who's standing on the Earlham 45-yard line on 4th and 7. There's the snap. Christian took his time and got it away. Hightower picks it at the 43. He's at the 35 and down to the 34-yard line for about a 9-yard return by Hightower, and that's where the Quakers will take over 1st and 10 with 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's Wilmington 7, Earlham 0.
And we talk so often about the turnover battle, but also then that battle of field position. And right now, Wilmington has been winning that these last couple possessions. Great starting field position.
It's very good. Their best of the afternoon so far. Luke Credit has the troops back out onto the field. 2 receivers, a far side to the right, 1 near side left, as we've got number 4, Gino Hinton, back in there at tailback. Credit awaits the snap. Then whistles. And I believe Wilmington didn't get the playoff.
We're going to have a conference here. Another guy coming in, blowing his whistle. No flag.
No foul for delay of game. Play clock already started before the ready for play signal.
Well, that's a good job of the officials getting together and getting it right.
Yep. At least it doesn't cost anybody any yardage or a penalty. There we go. Play clock's running right now.
It's the first game for the play clock as well, the play clock operator.
Luke Credit takes a snap, play action, fires, and Hightower drops another one, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Hightower didn't look like he was expecting the football there. He was just kind of going half speed in his route. He wasn't really ready for that ball.
Yeah, it didn't seem like that he was willing to get the ball on that play almost.
Yeah.
He didn't want it.
And maybe with that delay, they went back to something different, and he just wasn't on the same page as everyone else.
So 2 receivers will line up far side right. Matt Credit comes in for Hightower on the left. Luke takes the snap, hands it off. Hinton got a big hole. Good block by Matt Credit. Spinning 20, 15. Lost the ball out of bounds, though, and it'll stay with Wilmington at the 12-yard line, wherever the officials decide to mark it.
It looks like they're going to maybe move it back a little bit, maybe to the point of the fumble, not allowing them to fumble it forward, so back to the 15. You were right, though. What a great block out there by Matt Credit. Really did a good job of springing him, but what a nice job bouncing and spinning off that tackle by Hinton.
And I think we are going to – they won't be able to get a playoff here, and that is the end of our first quarter of play. At the end of one, it's Wilmington 7, Earlham 0. You're listening to live college football on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. Also, we are live on WZAA 106.9 in Jeffersonville, WDTZ 98.1 in Cincinnati, WGRN 94.1 in Columbus, and also in Columbus, WJVG 96.7. Alan, what a first quarter from the Wilmington Quakers. You know, they only scored 1 touchdown, but this defense hasn't really allowed any positive yardage all game.
I'm going to be excited to see the stat sheet here at the end of the quarter on what kind of yardage they've allowed. I can't imagine it's more than double-digit yards.
No.
And you're right, they've done a great job, but it starts with that front 7. And if they had an experienced group, they have really, just like we said before the game, they've been aggressive, they've been attacking, and they've been making tackles. But you got those young guys following their lead, flowing to the ball, and they've really given the quarterback no time to throw the football.
And with all them young starters on defense, like you pointed out before we went on the air, too, that's, it's impressive. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left, as Wilmington's now going left to right in the second quarter. And Eric Flynn Jr. goes down hard for a loss of 2 yards. One of the only negative plays Wilmington has had all game.
Outside of penalties, I believe that could be one of the first.
So now it's going to be 2nd down and 12 for Wilmington as they started the quarter on the Earlham 15. Wilmington again in the red zone where they're 1 for 2.
And I'm interested, Wilmington is back to that 2-back set. Last time we saw this, Credit ripped off about a 12-yard run. We'll see if that's the play again here, the option.
And Credit will take the snap from the gun. This time he's going to hand it off to Eric Flynn. Flynn all the way inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line where it'll be a 1st and goal for Wilmington.
Well, they bring that second back in, and that first back on the ball side, he is becoming that lead blocker, and we have then Credit with that option to either give or take and go the opposite way. Really good job by the offensive line getting up into that second level to spring those guys.
It wasn't a 1st and goal. I apologize about that. It's 3rd and 3.
Facing third down, 3 yards to go.
Got to imagine the Quakers are going to have 2 downs to get this.
2 receivers out to the left, 1 near side right. Credit takes the snap from the shotgun. Nearly lost the ball, but there goes Gino Hinton, stumbling and bumbling into the end zone for pay dirt, a touchdown, Wilmington.
Gino told Luke, give me that ball. I'm taking it to the house.
And I think he took it from him instead of Luke handing it to him there, too.
Luke was definitely surprised when that ball was not in his hands, but it looked like Gino had a nice secure grip on it. Great job by Gino finishing that drive. Great hole by the offensive line.
I think he saw that hole, too. That's why he took it from Credit. Credit will be the holder, and Champ will be in to kick this one through the uprights during the PAT to put Wilmington up by 14. Credit awaits the snap. Good snap, good hold, kicks up and over in, and right through the uprights. 13:37 left to play in the first half. Wilmington puts up another score to take a 14-0 lead over the Earlham Quakers.
And, you know, we talked there at the break just a minute ago that the defense had done what we had looked for them to do before the game. And really, it's been Luke Credit, that veteran quarterback, really being in control of this offense, whether it's been with his arm or with his legs. And right there, just a great job then as well of finishing that off by that offensive line. I think those guys got down inside the 10 and they said, let's run this football. And they did a great job of really blowing the Earlham Quakers off the ball and creating big holes.
It seems like, you know, Wilmington's offensive line is pretty young too, but they've done a good job all game long opening up holes for this running game.
And they've got some guys that may be young but are experienced. Saul Boysel's played for a couple years now. Sterling Clark is the one senior at right tackle. But they have some guys that have been playing a lot even though they're young. And sometimes that youth movement serves you a year 2 or year 3 when you get those young guys with experience.
And now Champ will be kicking this one off from left to right to receive this one for Earlham. We've got Cooper and Belial back to receive it.
3 Elijah Bilal and number 7 Marcus Cooper back to receive the kick.
Champ's got it teed up, hand in the air. There's the kick. It's kind of a short little pooch kick and caught by number 44, Rance Albert, as he falls on it at the 34-yard line where Earlham will take over 1st and 10.
I'm going to give Champ credit and say that's what he wanted to do, that little pop-up kick, almost like a punt. And fortunately for Earlham, they were aware and were able to get on that ball quickly. You know, that ball being lopsided there, it really is hard to recover in that situation. I think number 44 did a nice job of getting on it.
1st and 10 for Earlham. Just their 4th drive of the game. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 near side left. Running back goes in motion. They're going to swing it out to him on 1st down. Out across the 35 and down to the 40-yard line. Number 36 on the catch, Brandon Kinney. Nice little gain there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 6. And we've got an injured Quaker down on the field.
And that looks like number 6, Broussard. And if it is, that is a tough loss for this defense because he seems to be shadowing number 7, Cooper, all over the field, kind of being on his side and giving them that extra guy going against the playmaker. Has done a good job of making several tackles. That's the first positive yard on 1st down, big positive yard, I should say, on 1st down for Earlham there. Let's see if that maybe kick-starts this drive for him, getting ahead of that down and distance, you know, kind of getting them moving. When you're consistently not gaining yards or going backwards on 1st down, that's really demoralizing. There's not a lot of great 2nd and long plays. So nice to see Broussard get up. Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him and he'll be back soon.
I think one of the things, too, that kind of threw Wilmington's defense off there was that Kenny not only went in motion, but the tailback Reed in the backfield also ran the same route he did, almost creating a decoy there for Wilmington. They thought he was going to get, or for Earlham, and they thought, he was going to get the ball, and instead Kenny ended up with it. And he, Reed threw a nice block.
It was a great block, which is really what sprung him, that initial defender, and that's unfortunately, I think that's what got Broussard is that nice block.
Earlham's in the huddle, and we'll have a 2nd down and 4. Ball on their own 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle and run all the way up about 20 yards to the ball.
So Middleton is replacing Broussard. He does have experience. He's a junior out of the Akron area.
2 receivers out here to the left, 1 to the right. Hundley takes the snap. He's going to fake, and he's going to take it himself across the 40 and down across the 45 to the 47-yard line for a 1st down. Wilmington nearly had him in the backfield.
And that using that aggressive Wilmington defense, giving them a fake one way, spinning out, going the other way. They had a lot of guys flowing. When you start getting sacked a lot, when you got a lot of penetration, you got to use the misdirection. Earlham did a great job there picking up their initial 1st down.
Shotgun here, 2 back set again. 1 receiver to the left, 2 outside near or far side to the right. Hundley calling kind of an audible here on 1st and 10. Takes the snap, straight drop back pass. Wilmington bringing pressure, though. He's going to roll to his right. He's just going to say, screw it and pull it down and run. 50, 45, 40, and knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
And there's where they missed Stephen Broussard. They had a guy blitzing from the outside. He's done a great job of containing that all game, and there was able to get the block, and they were able to spring him to the corner.
So they're going to actually mark him out of bounds officially at the Wilmington 40, and I believe this is the first time during this ball game that Earlham has been in Wilmington territory.
I think you're right.
1st and 10 on the Wilmington 40. Earlham in the gun, 2 receivers near side to the left, 1 far side to the right. Hundley in the shotgun, 2 backs next to him. Calling the audible. Hundley will take it. Joss back, happy feet, pulls it down himself like a quarterback draw, and gets 3 yards out to the 37-yard line.
So we really haven't seen Hundley use his arm that much. He got this started with a little swing pass, but he is using his feet right now. And early on, Wilmington did a great job, as you mentioned earlier, spying him, and he seems to be getting loose from that spy a little bit here in the last few snaps.
I think the spy is kind of getting caught up in a route that's up, across the middle, slant route or something like that, and it's getting hard for him to pick up the quarterback. When the quarterback sees that, Hundley's able to just take off. 5 wide receivers for Hundley. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Cooper, who was in motion on the jet sweep. 35, 30, and he's driven out of bounds, and a penalty flag flies in. I believe they're going to probably get Wilmington for a late hit.
That's what it's going to look like there on the sideline. And another way, they went empty backfield, though. They got Cooper the ball on the move, a running play. These are the kind of penalties that you can't have, though. At the end of a play, they're already having a nice drive. You're giving them a free 15 yards.
Hear it from the official.
Personal foul. Defense, number 7, late hit out of bounds. That is half the distance from the goal. Ball was replaced, 14.5-yard line. 1st down.
So the ball will move to the 14.5-yard line.
There is no 7 on the field. He plays offense, but I think that penalty is going to be on number 2 maybe or number 1. Either one of those folks.
Either Kyle Bryant or Jay Higgins. I'm going to say Jay. Jay's kind of had a couple late hits in the past. So it's 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line here for Earlham, their first trip into the red zone this afternoon. They'll have 3 receivers far side right, 1 near side left. In the pistol formation is Hundley with Kinley behind him. Takes it. He's going to throw it out to Kinley on the far side. Kinley trying to get away, and he's going to go down for a loss. About 4 Quakers tackled him back at the 16-yard line for for a 2-yard loss.
And there, Middleton's maybe getting his feel for the game now being inserted. He did a great job of stuffing that receiver that was supposed to block, discarding him, and really giving him nowhere to go. That's why you saw the happy feet, him going side to side and not getting north and south.
We got a 2nd down and 12 now for Earlham as they break the huddle. We are almost under 10 minutes to play in the first half. 3 receivers will line up here near side to the left, 1 far side right. Pistol set. Huntley takes the snap on 2nd and long. Still looking, rolls to his right. He's going to pull down and run. Huntley's at the 10, the 5, and he's dragged down. Nice tackle on the play to wrap up the leg. Number 33, Triquez Parks on the tackle, another freshman for this Wilmington team. And he is going to have a 1st down at about the 4-yard line, 1st and goal.
Well, Wilmington again getting pressure like they've been able to all game, but now it's kind of working against them when they're not really staying in their lanes, not keeping that contained, and he's been able to get some positive yards there.
1st and goal as they break the huddle. They're going to empty out the backfield here. 5 wide receivers. Got to watch that little jet sweep from Cooper's in the slot on the right side. 3 receivers on the left. Huntley takes the snap. He's going to pull it down on the quarterback blast, and he got in. Touchdown, Earlham. They score their first touchdown of 2017 on a nice drive that started with really good field position, though, at the 40-yard line. And a late hit penalty, I really think, from Wilmington
really
helped spur it.
Absolutely boosted that drive, but you have a feel it's a little bit nervous if you're Wilmington because Huntley is kind of starting to get a feel back there at that quarterback position. You got to remember he mainly played a wide receiver, running back, etc., playmaker position, maybe getting a little feel.
And Kerbo will put this one blocked.
And they can return this.
Yeah, they can return it for 2 points, but they're just going to fall on it. So the extra point attempt is no good. I didn't see who got a hand on it.
Someone in the middle of that line. I want to say number 92, Narcisi, but David Henry celebrating like he was the guy that got a hold of it. There was a whole mess of guys there that just kind of collapsed the Earlham line and got their hands up.
So with 9:19 left to play in the first half, it's Wilmington 14, Earlham 6. As you're listening to live college football here on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. We're also live on 106.9 WZZA in Jeffersonville, WDTZ 98.1 in Cincy, WGRN 94.1 in Columbus, and WJVG 96.7 in Columbus.
Well, after that drive, if you're the Quakers, if you're Wilmington Quakers, you've got to be really anxious to get your offense back out there, settle things down, put the ball in your senior quarterback's hand, have a nice, hopefully long, sustained drive, and put some points on the board maybe here before half. If you're Earlham, that kind of puts you back in the game, got you re-energized. And unfortunately, with missing that extra point, sometimes that deflates you a little bit coming out of a nice score.
Kerbo will tee this one up. Back to receive it for Wilmington.
Back to receive the kick for Wilmington, number 9, Amir Jackson. And
Jackson.
Number 10, Kenny Jones.
Jackson and Jones will be back to receive it for Wilmington. Hand up. There's the kick. It's a onside pop. Fair caught. Good job by one of the upmen for Wilmington, number 32, Aaron Volley, catching that one at the 45-yard line where Wilmington takes over 1st down and 10 as Luke Credit will lead the troops out onto the field.
Really good awareness right there. You can tell he's been coached up on the possibility of that happening because he threw the fair catch signal up right away, and that's a linebacker. That's pretty good hands for a linebacker. Coach may be saying, hey, maybe you want to come over to offense and play a little tight end?
Yeah. We haven't seen much of a tight end for Wilmington, so it might be a good idea. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Credit takes it. He's going to swing it out to Eric Flynn, who catches it. Flynn, 45, 50, and stumbles. Nice tackle on the near sideline by number 13, Dan O'Donnell. Nice gain for a Wilmington of about 7. Brings up a 2nd down and 3.
Well, speaking of tight ends, number 85, Tim Murphy, he doesn't spend much time as an inline tight end. but he's out there as an H-back, split out a lot. He was split out right there. And, man, what a block to free Flynn right at the point of attack. Got 2.
Second and 7 or second and 3 here. 2 receivers out far side left, 1 near side right. Credit takes the snap. Throws it out, and it looks like, again, it was intended for number 81, A.J. Hightower, who just stopped in his route. Either it was miscommunication or something's not right with him.
So something's a little off on that quick out route. I don't know if he's not expecting that play or what. The Credit wanted to get rid of that ball quickly, I think, because the ball came in low. Didn't get his feet set and didn't deliver quite a crisp pass that he wanted to there either.
3rd down and 3 to go for the Quakers. In Earlham territory, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Eric Flynn dancing his way. 1st down and more. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He could go, and he's knocked out of bounds by the last possible man to beat, but there's another penalty flag down at the 36.
And I think we're going to have another possible hold right there.
That was a great run by Flynn. That's going to get negated. Let's listen to the official.
Holding. Offense, number 83. 10-yard penalty from the stop. 4th down.
I guess PJ went back to his wrestling background there and grabbed a little jersey.
So it's still going to replay 3rd down, but it's still going to be about 3rd and 2 now. The ball is on the 47 of Earlham.
And you can't blame PJ for the effort there. I mean, if you're going to break big runs as a football team, you got to have receivers blocking downfield. Yep. The good news is he was putting in effort. The bad news is he got called for a hold.
2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right side. Credit will take it. This time he's going to hand it off to Gino. Gino strings it out far side, and he's got the 1st down just across the 45 to the 44, and it's another Quaker 1st down.
And we're talking about big runs, and I'm thinking distance-wise, but right there, that was a big run on 3rd down. And, again, we had a receiver really turning his hips. Jackson did a great job of turning his hips and kicking a guy out and letting hit it up in there for the 1st down.
1st down and 10. Ball on the Earlham 44-yard line. Wilmington has 2 receivers, near side to the right, 1 far side left. Credit's in the gun with Hitting on his left side. Now going in motion. Takes it, hands it off to Gino. And he'll only get about 3 out to the 41-yard line, but it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
And I'm going to make a prediction. We're going to see that exact set, that exact motion again with some other option because no one on Earlham's defense went with 7 when he went in motion.
Yeah, Maddox just kind of left alone there. They weren't playing man. They were obviously playing zone.
Yeah. And they didn't even adjust. Those linebackers didn't even give width. So interesting to see what happens. I'm sure Coach Moore has that spotted in his offensive assistants, and they're going to attack that. 2nd
down and 7. 2 receivers near side right, 1 far side left. Credit takes it in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's going to fake the handoff to Flynn, and Credit gets across the 30 and down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line for another Quaker 1st down.
Well, if we haven't thought of Luke Credit as a running quarterback before today, we're definitely by the end of this one, or at least the end of the 1st half, going to be feeling that way about him.
I definitely want to see what his stats are running the ball here come halftime. 1st and 10. Ball's on the 27-yard line for Credit and company. Bunch set, trips far side left. Nobody on the right side. Credit takes it, and this time they're going to try that same sweep play they tried in the 1st, but Credit's got more running room. Whoop! Jukes out one guy, jukes out another guy inside the 10. Credit all the way down to the 5-yard line. Great run by Luke Credit.
Is he the power running back for this team? I mean, he was carrying guys on his back. It was moving day, and Luke Credit was the mover. My goodness, what a run by Credit.
I swear I thought he was going to take 4 guys with him into the end zone.
What an effort by the senior quarterback.
1st and goal on the 5-yard line for Wilmington. 2 receivers to the left, 1 near side right. In the shotgun, Flynn on his right side. Credit takes it. And this time he's going to hand to Flynn, who jukes his way into the end zone and lays out the linebacker trying to make a play for another Quaker touchdown.
And, you know, we've got to give some credit to these big guys up front because they are blowing people off the ball, down blocks. Again, we had 66 Valdez involved in another one right there, but the line is doing a great job. I saw 71 Sterling Clark on credit's big run out leading the way as well.
I think we got to get some credit as well for driving the ball down the field the way he did.
Absolutely, and that's what you want your senior quarterback to do is after that possible deflating touchdown drive by Earlham, Wilmington comes right back, goes straight down the field, putting points on the board.
And Champ puts the PAT through the uprights to make it 21-6. Wilmington in the lead with 5:55 to go in the first half. You're listening to live college football on campusnation.com. The Sports Animal, your home for high school and college sports. Also on 106.9 WZAA in Jeffersonville, WDTZ 98.1 in Cincy, WGRN 94.1 in Columbus, and WJVG 96.7 in Columbus.
Well, the last few kickoffs, whether it be the Earlham Quakers or the Wilmington Quakers, hey, we had some interesting pop-ups, short kicks, etc. We'll see what we're in store for here as Shams gets ready to tee this one off. I feel like before the end of the day, we may have one go the other way.
Yeah.
We've had some interesting things. Both teams have done a great job of covering them so far. Let's see what happens on this kickoff.
Champ has this one teed up, ready to go at the 35-yard line. Back again to receive deep is Cooper and Belial. 5:55 to go, first half. There's the kick. This one's going to be a little deeper kick. It's going to bounce. Belial missed it, still missing it, and he finally falls on it at the 19-yard line. That could have been a big mistake from Earlham.
Did a good job at the end realizing he's going to just need to get to the ground and get on top of this one because trying to pick it up. That ball was moving all over like a grease pig there. He was struggling to get it. Could have been big for the Quakers. Is big because now field position inside the 20 to start the drive.
That's exactly right. 19-yard line is where Earlham will take over. First down and 10. They've got about 6 minutes here to drive the ball down the field, and their last drive ended in 6 points.
Let's see if Wilmington can get back to containing the quarterback.
It's going to be key on this drive. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Play action pulls it down as Hundley. And Hundley is spun down at the 23-yard line. About a 5-yard pickup. And it'll bring up second down.
Just that little pass fake gets those defensive linemen excited, putting their hands up. If they got a short quarterback, they think they can get some deflections and just going up just that little bit. Now he's gone. He's taking off. He's pulling it down. And that's a good, again, drive starter there with a 4-yard gain to begin.
Second down and 6. 2 receivers near side left, 1 far side to the right. Pistol set for Hundley. Cooper goes in motion from left to right. There's the snap. Hundley slips as he throws, but completes it to Belial out across the 30 to the 31 for a Earlham first down.
Real nice pass, especially, again, the accuracy considering he was slipping to the turf there. Hasn't really been a problem, even though the wet conditions we've had today, first time we've seen it. But a first down for Earlham, and again, it feels like he has a little rhythm. Feels like he's kind of getting that comfort level at the quarterback position.
First and 10. We're under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Wilmington up by 15. We're going to have 3 receivers lined up far side to the right. 1 over here near side left, and the shotgun is Hundley with Kinley on his left. Hundley takes the snap. He's going to pull it and run out here to his left side, and he'll get it up across the 35, and the far side official will mark him down at the 35-yard line.
And I can hear some Wilmington fans wanting to hold right there. Sure seemed like the left end, Narcisse Murphy, he seemed like he got tackled as he was coming. Hundley was coming around the end there.
And
they'll bring up a second down and 6 after that. There's been a lot of, they're letting a lot go on the offensive line side for both teams too as well.
I would agree with that. First game for everybody, and maybe letting them play a little bit here early on.
3 receivers out to the left, the right, 1 to the left. He's going to throw a screen pass out to the right side to Cooper. Cooper dancing around, and he is swarmed. You notice how many green jerseys are around the ball? All 11 guys swarmed to the ball.
Every single one of them got all the way to the numbers. That's pretty impressive. That shows these guys have bought in, and they're really playing hard in this defensive system. But he also made quite a few guys miss
He
there.
did.
He is tough to tackle in a phone booth.
But it'll be 3rd and 3 after the pickup of about 4. Ball is on the Earlham 38. They have to get it to their own 41 to pick up a first down. 3 receivers, near side left, 1 far side to the right. Huntley's in the pistol formation. Kinley behind him as the tailback. Takes the snap, drops back, looking. Wilmington only rushes 4. Kinley with the catch, 40, 45. He's got a first down out across the 45 to midfield, where it'll be first down and 10. Earlham, just under 3 minutes to play, and both teams still do have all their 3 timeouts.
And Huntley did a good job there. He went 2nd, 3rd, and then got it to his check down option. Because the Quakers really, Wilmington had a great coverage in the secondary, had to hit his check down man, and his check down man did a good job of getting up the field.
It's a very decent crowd here today at Townsend Field at Williams Stadium. Bigger than usual. I think these fans are excited for Wilmington football to be back and to see what they can do in 2017.
Gonzalez moving his end in there a little bit. He saw something. Looked like Gonzalez maybe kind of read something there, thought there was going to be a quarterback draw. Wasn't able to quite get there in time. C.J. Thompson, unfortunately, took a shot there. He's getting up slowly, the leading tackler from last season.
He was only going to get 4 yards still, as he had to hop over the line to get those 4 yards. They'll bring up a second down and 6 as their Earlham is in Wilmington territory. Three receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Kinley moves to the right of Huntley in the gun. 2nd and 6. Huntley takes it. He's going to fake it to nobody and pull it down to himself. And he only gets back to the line of scrimmage, if that. 3rd and 6. We've got whistles.
We got a timeout from Earlham.
Earlham is going to take their first timeout with 1:42 left to play in the first half. It's Wilmington 26, Earlham 6. Wilmington 21, Earlham 6. You're listening to live college football on CampusNation.com, a sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. It's the first game for us, too. I've been tongue-tied all game long.
Well, an interesting decision coming out at 3rd and 7 here for Earlham. What are they going to do? They still have the 2 timeouts left. I see them running one of those little bubble passes, something where they got a run-pass option, though, because that's what really has been their best weapon so far, is either hitting that little quick bubble pass or getting Huntley going up the field.
Coming up at halftime, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little bit of a break and let you guys listen to sights and sounds of Townsend Field, and we'll come back and we'll talk about that first half, possibly give you some score updates from around the NCAA today, as games already started at noon for college football. It's 2 o'clock. Second games are about ready to begin, about 3:30.
And the crowd is awake.
3 receivers, far side right, 1 near side left. It's 3rd and 6. Huntley's in the pistol. Takes it, drops back, looking, rolling to his right, and still rolling. He's going to pull it down, almost fumbled the ball. Oh, what? They're going to call a penalty flag on that tackle? That was a clean tackle.
As he went over him, it looked like he went over and the helmet popped off. Didn't look like he grabbed and pulled. We're going to see. We got a conference here. Hopefully they get together and get this right.
That was a nice tackle by Gonzalez.
I think the initial call is going to be, though, a face mask if it does stand. Hopefully that's not the case.
I don't think he even touched him.
No, I think he went over top of him and the helmet came off.
That's what they're talking about. Let's hope they get this right.
Looks like they're getting ready to march, though, so we'll see what the call is.
Nope, he's waving it off.
Waving it off, all right.
Good job by the officials, though, to get it right. They've been doing it all game long. Like you said, first game of the year for everybody. and they're doing a very fine job.
You
I
know,
would
in
say,
fairness
so
to
far.
them, too, the guy that throws the flag, he has a different angle. He sees a helmet get ripped off. The two other guys have a better angle. They see that, no, that's not really the case.
It's 4th down and 8 yards to go after the huge loss. Whistles.
And we're going to see the clock started and stopped. We got a timeout here? The only way Hudley can come back in the game right now, though, if they're going for it, is for them to call a timeout. Because his helmet went off and there is no penalty. So that's the only way he can come back in. The question is, if you're Wilmington, the way you've been moving the ball, do you want to call a timeout here?
Right. I don't know. They are going to take a timeout so Hundley can come back in. That's going to be the second timeout for Earlham with 1:22 left to go in the first half. Wilmington, they're getting the fans into this game right now.
Well, some of the players on the sidelines coming up with that big 3rd and 9, they did a good job of turning around and saying, hey, we need you on this. We need a little excitement. We need to get things going. The crowd responded. This is coming out. Going to be a big 4th and 8, 4th and 9 here play, especially field position-wise, because if you don't get this, Wilmington gets the ball around the 50-yard line, and now they got a minute. You know, it's minute 22 now. They're going to have a minute 15 or so to attack, and I believe, like you said, all 3 timeouts, right?
Yeah, they have all 3 timeouts, and Earlham's just got the 1. At least if you're Wilmington, drive down and try to put up at least 3 before halftime. And you get the ball to begin the second half, too. So, I mean, that's triple pluses right there if Wilmington gets a stop here.
I think we're going to see the punt unit. They've gone over there. They've had a little discussion. They said, let's make sure this game is still within reach right now. Let's make sure we keep it within reach going into halftime, like you said.
And Christian will be in to punt this one away to A.J. Hightower, who's standing on his own 15-yard line.
Hudley is out, split out to the top of the screen, to the top right. Be interesting where he's at.
Hey, watch for the fake, too. You never know. There's the snap. Good snap. He is punting it. He's going to get a line drive boot. That one's going to bounce into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback for Earlham. And Wilmington will take over 1st down and 10 with 80 yards to go with 1:15 left to play in the first half. Now, Allie, what are you going to do here if you're Wilmington's offense? Are you going to try to run it down the field and score, maybe take a chance on 1st down? Or are you just going to, try to run the clock out and head to the locker room?
I think everything that happens on 1st down is kind of going to just tell you what you want to do with the rest of this possession. I've heard Bill Belichick say this before. They like to hit a screen, a draw, something like that, something safe where they're going to continue the clock to run and see kind of do they get a big yardage gain, and now are they ready to go play and attack after that? I think that's what Wilmington will look to do right here. A draw. They've had a lot of success with the run, something along those lines.
Well, they're going to have trips near side right, one receiver far side left. Credit will be in the shotgun with Hinton next to him. Takes it. He's going to fire a deep one.
He has him.
P.J. Meyer right into his hands. And P.J. Meyer, an 80-yard touchdown strike from Luke Credit to P.J. Meyer for his 2nd touchdown of the game. 80 yards in a cloud of dust. Touchdown, Quakers.
Well, I couldn't be any more wrong, and I couldn't be any more happy that I'm wrong. Yeah. What a play. What a ball.
Yeah.
And saw that he had single coverage on the outside. Drop back line gave him time. What a play.
It almost didn't look like at first that ball was going to have enough to get to him, or it was going to have too much to get to him. But P.J. Meyer turned on the Jets, and it fell right into his lap. And a great job to run that one in. Champ will be in to kick the PAT. Credit is the holder. And on one play, Wilmington goes 80 yards, and the kick is up and good.
So I think we learned a little something about our head coach, Brian Moore, on that
Take
one.
A chance. You learned something about Brian, and you also learned that P.J. Meyer has the speed, the breakaway speed to get away from the defenders, and Luke Credit's got that accuracy to put it right on him.
Did a fantastic job of recognizing he had a guy and threw him open.
Yeah.
Threw him open because at the time, P.J. didn't have a step, and as Luke released that ball, he got 2 steps. And what a great job by P.J. hauling it in. He tussled with it just for a second, but he grabbed a hold of it. Nice hands, and I tell you what a security blanket to have, a guy that can go 80 yards for a touchdown. What a play by the Quakers to put a stamp on this end of this first half.
1:04 left to go, and it's Wilmington 28, Earlham 6. As you're listening to live college football on campusnation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports, also on 106.9 WZAA in Jeffersonville. Meyer has 100 yards receiving with that last touchdown catch. 100 yards exactly. There's another one of those pooch kicks that's taken by an up man from Earlham. He'll run it just across the 40 to the 41.
And I tell you, with that starting position, the 42-yard line, this is not going to be, there's still a full minute left. I believe they have, do they have one of their timeouts left, or are they out? One timeout left. This is a spot where if you're Wilmington, you can't have a let up. You got to be solid. You got to keep playing the game, and you got to keep number one in front of you. You can't let him scoot out the back end, because he seems to have the ability to go all the way really easily if he can ever get loose. Hudley behind the center in the pistol.
3 receivers out to the right side. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to take a chance far side. Nice play. Pass is completed, but number 21, the cornerback, Olin Keel, on the far side there, did a great job closing that gap to not allow him to gain any yards.
That ball was in the air a long time. If you're Earlham, your heart was probably in your throat.
Yeah.
But a nice completion, showed good arm strength. Taking some time here, though, with that nice tackle inbounds.
Hundley will take the snap again from the pistol, pump fake. He's going to pull it down, roll out here to his left.
He's got a man.
Completes to Belial,
Ooh.
and he gets out of bounds almost at the first down marker.
And that could have been trouble if he was able to catch that ball, and that ball was taking him out of bounds. But if he's able to catch that and turn it up, he's got a chance to make a play there.
They are going to be short of that first down. 27 seconds left to play here in the first half. 3rd and 1. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Hundley's in the gun. Watch that quarterback sneak. Yep, there it goes. Hundley keeps. I don't think he got there. And if he did, it's close.
Good job by David Henry again, crashing down that, pushing that offensive line into the backfield, making a good solid tackle, pulling him back.
He's close to that first down.
That looks like a generous spot to me, and they're going to give him the first down, stop the clock temporarily while they move the chains.
It looked like the spot they gave J.T. Barrett. The clock is still running, though, with Earlham with 1 timeout and about 15 seconds and counting. 5 wide receivers. Hundley takes the snap. He's going to keep it again, and he's brought down. Good open field tackle there by Gonzalez.
We're going to have 6 seconds left on the clock when Earlham calls this timeout.
Their last timeout taken by Earlham. It'll be 2nd down and 10 when we come out. They're probably going to take a Hail Mary shot down the field here with 6 seconds.
My guess is that is the play here. Although if you've got that guy in the backfield, it's going to be dangerous. You got to still contain him. One of the interesting things that happened on that last play, and he didn't throw the ball, but they had that run-pass option. I look for that to be the staple of Earlham's offense in the second half, because they're going to have to be aggressive, and he's going to have to be pushing the ball down the field a little bit. They got a guy going deep, but they got that run-pass option there behind the line as well.
Wilmington is going to look like they're going to play some prevent. Got some wide receivers back as safeties. Which, I mean, it could be trouble if you got another draw play and he breaks free. But you still don't want to give up any points here before the half.
And put some of our big receivers out there as well. Some guys with some height in the back.
Takes the snap as Hundley, back to pass, steps up in the pocket, rolls out to his right, throws across the middle, incomplete. Trying to hit Kennelly, and it's incomplete. We go to halftime here at Townsend Field. It's Wilmington 28 and Earlham 6. You're listening to live college football on campusnation.com. The sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with all your halftime analysis in just a little bit.
Once again, the winning ticket draw today for the 55th drawing spring pot was 3213653. 3213653. It's a blue ticket. Those proceeds also are going to be donated to Hurricane Harvey. If you have that winning ticket, 3213653, check in at the concession stand to redeem your winnings.
And the
Wilmington senior Miss Brandy James with our national anthem for today's
And
game.
Brandy James, what a great job singing the national anthem.
Talented young woman. Lucky enough to get to listen to her during basketball games is due. Brings chills every time I do.
Very, very good. Wilmington is on the sideline now. They're wearing their lime green helmets with the Wilmington logo on each side. They're also wearing their dark green uniforms, white letters with lime green trim on the outside with black pants. Earlham, all white uniforms, including the helmets with, I believe, purple numbers and letters on their jerseys. We are about 4 minutes away from getting things kicked off here from Townsend Field at Williams Stadium. Give me a prediction, Alan. What are you looking for to who do you think is going to come out victorious in this game?
Well, I think this first 10 minutes is going to really tell the story. You're going to see a lot of nervousness. There's a lot of young kids going to be playing today on both sides. I look for the Quakers, led by senior quarterback Luke Credit, led by a talented front seven on defense that is upper class laden. I look for them to come out, Wilmington to come out victorious. Again, led by that senior quarterback, led by that talented front seven, that senior laden group.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. And again, football is finally back in the college level, as not only we are kicking things off today, but Division I is kicking off today. Any games in Division I you're looking forward to
Well,
seeing?
I'm a Notre Dame fan, so
oh, that's even worse.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Irish take on Temple today. Got that DVR'd because we're going to be in the beginning of that game, but excited about that. I can't wait tonight to see 1 versus 3. It's exciting to play those type of games here early on in the season, see where people are at. We saw that on Thursday night with Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know, it took them a while to get that engine going, but once they got going, but you never know what's going to happen in week 1.
That Ohio State defense has got a lot of work to do on the cornerbacks and in the secondary, because they looked really, really bad for at least 3/4 of that game.
There were a lot of guys getting their first opportunity. Out here on the field, we have our honorary captain there that was just honored. That's Josh Sams, one of our assistant coaches here at Wilmington College. He's the strength and conditioning coordinator. Great gentleman, a Marine veteran, I believe, and a guy that we're really proud to have on staff here at the college.
We got the coin toss getting ready to go down in the middle of the field right now.
You're the visitor. What is your call? Heads. This is heads. This is tails. Heads is called. It is a head. Who will win the toss? Like to receive? Which way would you like to kick?
Earlham wins the toss and elects to receive.
Earlham is one. Is elected to receive.
So Earlham has won the coin toss. They will receive the opening kickoff. They will be going left to right on your computer screens, iPhones, tablets, radio dials, as we bring you this one here live on Campus Nation and 106.9 WZZA. We got a lot of stations that are broadcasting this game here today, and it's awesome to be able to bring a local college like Wilmington College out into the national presence a little bit all around the state of Ohio.
Absolutely, and hopefully we put on quite a show today where it's something that people are going to want to come back, going to want to listen to, and going to want to watch.
And the
Wilmington Senior was Brandy James with our national anthem for today's
And
game.
Brandy James, what a great job singing the national anthem.
Talented young woman. Lucky enough to get to listen to her during basketball games is due. Brings chills every time I do.
Very, very good. Wilmington is on the sideline now. They're wearing their lime green helmets with the Wilmington logo on each side. They're also wearing their dark green uniforms, white letters with lime green trim on the outside with black pants. Earlham, all white uniforms, including the helmets with, I believe, purple numbers and letters on their jerseys. We are about 4 minutes away from getting things kicked off here from Townsend Field at Williams Stadium. Give me a prediction, Alan. What are you looking for to who do you think is going to come out victorious in this game?
Well, I think this first 10 minutes is going to really tell the story. You're going to see a lot of nervousness. There's a lot of young kids going to be playing today on both sides. I look for the Quakers, led by senior quarterback Luke Credit, led by a talented front seven on defense that is upper-class laden. I look for them to come out, Wilmington to come out victorious. Again, led by that senior quarterback, led by that talented front seven, that senior laden group.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. And again, football is finally back in the college level, as not only we are kicking things off today, but Division I is kicking off today. Any games in Division I you're looking forward to seeing?
I'm a Notre Dame fan, so
oh, that's even worse.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Irish take on Temple today. Got that DVR'd because we're going to be in the beginning of that game, but excited about that. I can't wait tonight to see 1 versus 3. It's exciting to play those type of games here early on in the season, see where people are at. We saw that on Thursday night with Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know, it took them a while to get that engine going, but once they got going, but you never know what's going to happen in week 1.
That Ohio State defense has got a lot of work to do on the cornerbacks and in the secondary, because they looked really, really bad for at least 3 quarters of that game.
There were a lot of guys getting their first opportunity. Out here on the field, we have our honorary captain there that was just honored. That's Josh Sams, one of our assistant coaches here at Wilmington College. He's the strength and conditioning coordinator. Great gentleman, a Marine veteran, I believe, and a guy that we're really proud to have on staff here at the college.
We got the coin toss getting ready to go down in the middle of the field right now.
You're the visitor. What is your call? Heads. This is heads. This is tails. Heads is calling. It is a head. You have a win the toss. Left to receive.
Up to 4 cameras, and what goes out at the same time. So you can have up to 5 recording at the very, 5 reports, including your final. So your final and the other 4 cameras would be, you have all the video from it.
Really?
Yeah. That's the same way our other system will be. Because that's how you do your instant replay too, because you got to be able to go back. Yeah, we're hitting on all cylinders today. Just know what's going on with the box cast.
Is it not working?
No, we've had problems with it before, but I don't know whether it's us or because I've got it's hooked up right now.
hype video. And they ran out of the field. I had the kids do that. The kids put that together. You want to see how a green screen works? Watch this. They're not actually next to him. The image is superimposed. They're freeze framed.
Oh no, I just said just every now and then because they would talk.
I just had him stand there.
Blah blah blah. And I like to be able to flip it over.
So that image, they were two separate things. So I drug them on top of him, and they came together like that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, when they you'll like when you can hear that, you'll know to turn it up there. See, that's where I'm like, because that's when they're like, yeah. So when they're like talking about CJ Thompson, they're like number 2 CJ Thompson. Now he's zooming in on, you'll be able to hear that. You can zoom in on him, and then we'll flip it back to his way. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah. You do a good job, man. I like it. I'm trying to get him when you're talking, when you talk about a player or something, when listening, I'm trying to get him, man, the way you're talking, I can kind of hear that.
That's all we were doing. When we get the intercom set up, you know, once you got intercoms, just whoever's out on the cameras, they can
Everybody has a headset.
basically what the coaches used SOP last night. That's what I was relaying to my camera.
Yeah, that was cool, isn't it? Kind of make it where
Well,
everybody's.
we'll get it together. I figure by the end of September we should be totally up.
Yeah.
But see, you have the benefit of everything's in place. When you go on the road, that's what's tough. Trying to move everything and coordinate everything. When you're doing remotes, and you know we have a morning show now, so we're on the air from 7 to 10 every morning, Monday through Friday. So we're starting this Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we're going to be doing a live remote from a restaurant downtown Jeffersonville. They're going to feed us, and we're going to do our morning show from that location.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here from Townsend Field at Williams Stadium for the Quaker Bowl 2017 Quaker Bowl between Earlham and Wilmington. Wilmington leading here at the half 28-6 over Earlham. As you're listening to live college football on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, as well as 106.9 WZZA in Jeffersonville, 98.1 WDTZ in Cincinnati, WGRN 94.1 in Columbus, and WJVG 96.7 in Columbus, Ohio. What a first half for Wilmington as we go down some of the stats here. Wilmington with 15 first downs, Earlham with just 9. Wilmington had 22 passing yards for 106, or 22 attempts at passing for 167 yards. Total plays, Wilmington 36 for 330. For Earlham with just 30 plays and 111 yards. Luke Credit has ran the ball 8 times for 84 yards. The next closest is Gino, who's ran the ball 8 times for just 48. and Eric Flynn 5 for 42. Luke's 8 of 14 passing, 167 yards and 2 touchdowns, with the leading receiver with P.J. Meyer with 2 catches and 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, one being 80-yard strike there towards the end of the half. And it seems like Earlham is not doing a very good job running the football right now. Their leading rusher is Hundley with 17 carries with 80 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, he's got 80 yards, but their running backs have not been doing anything for him today.
No, he has been the offense really for the Earlham Quakers the whole day. He has been the guy, get the ball in his hands, and just let him play. And that's kind of that's the drive that got him to success. But it's also been kind of a detriment because Wilmington hasn't had to key on anybody else.
And Wilmington has been inside the red zone 4 times scoring on 3 of those possessions. That's 75%. And they're also Earlham's 1 for 1 in the red zone. Wilmington doing a very good job on third downs. They're 3 of 5 so far. Not been in very many third down situations. Getting a lot of those first downs that they've got, the 15 of them, a lot of them on first and second down. And Earlham's just 2 of 6 on third downs. They've punted the ball a lot. Wilmington has not punted the ball a single time this afternoon.
And you talking about getting those first downs before they get to third down. Chunk plays is what's jumping out at me from this stat sheet. We're looking at averages, Credit averaging 10.5 yards a carry, Gino Hinton averaging 5.6, and Eric Flynn Jr. averaging 8.4 yards per carry. And Credit's passing on those 8 completions, about a little over 20 yards per completion that he's averaging. So Wilmington picking up yards in chunks.
And, you look also on the defensive side for Wilmington, Gonzalez leading the way tackles-wise with 8 and a sack. But then you got David Henry right behind him with 5 tackles, Ryan Price with 4, and Olin Keel, who we saw made a good play there towards the end of the half with 3 tackles. So Wilmington's defense holding the Earlham to just 6 points. Obviously, you would have loved to have seen Wilmington be shutting out Earlham at this point in time. But, Wilmington's defenses came to play, and this is the most motivated Wilmington Quaker team that I have ever seen.
Yeah, and they're coming back out onto the field right now. They're excited. They're hopping up and down. They're getting the crowd back into it again, going, these guys, that defense has flown to the ball. Like you said a couple different times, we saw them get all the way to the numbers. All 11 guys were at the numbers making these tackles. And if you're going to give that much effort all the time.
Earlham in the 2017 Quaker Bowl. Back to receive, it's number 9, Amir Jackson, and number 10, Kenny Jones. The first time he did kick it, though, he kind of onside it. We've got whistles. This one was a little longer, still caught by an Upman. And, there is a play clock on the kick.
And that's the first time I think I have ever live seen a delay of game on a kick, and
that's
especially
the
an
first
open
time ever.
half.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a delay of game on a kick.
Not a kickoff, that's for sure. Interesting.
So now they're going to have to tee it up from the 30 and redo it. And again, back deep for Wilmington, you've got Amir Jackson and Kenny Jones, both freshmen. Both freshmen here from Ohio, Cincinnati, and Columbus, north and south. Another pooch that's going to bounce.
That's going to be recovered by Earlham.
It stayed in bounds, and the Earlham Quakers recover it at the 47-yard line. And just like that, Earlham has the ball first down and 10 to begin the second half.
Well, I can say the second half seems like it's going to be an interesting one just with the first 2 things we've had transpire.
And it seemed like Lady Luck was on their side. That ball, I swear, was going out of bounds. And when it hit the ground, it kind of spun, the opposite way and stayed in.
And I tell you what, Kerbo's golf game there looked pretty good. He hit
nice
the green and
chip
pulled it
shot
back. Yeah, right toward the cup, right where he wanted it to go.
4 wide receivers for Hundley on first down as we have the first play of the second half. Cooper goes in motion. Hudley's going to do another quarterback draw here. 45 down to inside the 40, and he's finally tackled at the 38-yard line for a 9-yard gain on first down. Brings up second down and 1.
and right out to the quarterback draw with the lead runner in front of him. They are going to put this game in Wesley Hudley's hands, and he is going to see if he can deliver it for him here.
And he had a pretty good first half with 17 carries for 80 yards. Let's make it 89 on 18 carries now and a touchdown. Second down in 1 yard to go, 4 wide, same set. Hudley in the shotgun. Waits the snap, takes it. Now he's going to draw to the right side. Got a first down, and he's down to the 36-yard line, where it's another Earlham first down.
Hey, Wilmington's defensive line is really firing off the ball, and Earlham, I mean, is treating it really more than even a draw, like a screen pass. They're throwing them past him and letting Hudley go make plays.
First down in 10. Seems like Big Mo has kind of swung after that kickoff on Earlham's side. The sideline over there, the kids haven't had a lot to cheer about, but they're over there jumping up and down and hyped. Trips out to the left side, one receiver, far side right, pistol formation. Hudley's going to drop back and pass now under pressure. Henry chasing him down, throws it across the middle, incomplete, bad pass. And it's a good idea to get rid of that ball as well. Pass was completed to number 26, Corey Peters, second down and 10.
He had big David Henry chasing him down, breathing down his neck. He did a good job of getting rid of that ball. David Henry just took the left guard and walked him back to the quarterback, discarded him, and took off. He is a big, strong young man, also a great young man, really academic. I believe has a 3.9 GPA. One of the
two-back set here, two receivers far or near side right. The blitz is coming. And Credit's going to keep it on the read option. Look at him. He looks like a fullback running the ball. Down to the 6-yard line, a 9-yard gain, second and short. Well, I'm telling you, he does look like a fullback running the ball.
How often do you say when you put your quarterback in there, he's moving the pile?
Yeah.
That's
almost Tim Tebow-like from college days. Now he's swinging the wood on the baseball field.
And doing it pretty well. Not too bad.
Two receivers far side left, one near side right. We got a two-back set. Hinton's on the left. Now he's going to move, and we got another whistle.
Looks like we have number 4 for Earlham, who took a knee right before that play started. So I'm not sure what was happening there, but just had a little something going on. He's going to go get looked at by the trainers. Oh, he's got a helmet issue, it looks like, actually. They're fixing a helmet. So when he couldn't get that taken care of, just took a knee to let the officials know.
Now we reset pistol formation. Gino is the tailback behind Credit. We've got Eric Flynn on the right side. Two receivers far side left, one near side right. Credit on the read option again. Woo! What a juke by Credit. Gets the first down to the 2-yard line for Wilmington. First and goal. He's taking some shots, but I tell you what, he gets right back up.
He took a shot at the end of that one. If you're the coach, you got to get a little nervous that your quarterback's taking a few of those hits. Fortunately, he's been delivering the hits. That time he took the hit.
We got a first down and goal from the 2-yard line here for Wilmington.
Gino might have to grab this ball from him again. It looks like Luke's wanting to put this one in the end zone.
He wants a rushing touchdown. Two receivers are bunched up on the left, one near side to the right. Takes the snap. This time Credit pulls it out and walks into the end zone for a Quaker touchdown. And Luke Credit basically put the offense on his back on that long drive and picks up the 6 points.
I think he looked over at the Earlham sideline and said, hey, Wesley, you've been having a great game, buddy, but this is my turn. This is my drive. Now he's got to look back over there and say, hey, defense, I need you guys to go stop him.
Do you think he whispered to Gino, please don't take the ball away from me this time?
I think he ripped that one out with force. Gino was getting hit. He wasn't going to allow him to take that one from him.
Champ to attempt the PAT. He's perfect today, a 4 for 4. It's up, and we're going to make it 5 for 5 on PATs. 5:58 to play in the third quarter. Wilmington with another 6 points to make it 35-12 over Earlham here in the 2017 Quaker Bowl. You're listening to live college football on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports, also on 106.9 WZZA out of Jeffersonville, 98.1 out of Cincinnati, WDTZ, WGRN 94.1 in Columbus, and WJVG 96.7 in Columbus, Ohio as well.
Again, that was a big drive. We said right before that kickoff, obviously you got to field the kick, but right after that, it was a big drive for the Quakers to come down and answer the touchdown that Earlham had just put on. if I remember right, I don't think Wilmington has been stopped but on one drive,
Where they
and
had
that
the
was turnover on downs and 4th down and 1.
Champ will tee this one up. Again, back deep is Cooper and Belial for Earlham. It's kind of been a chess match when it comes to kickoffs today. You know, you can kick one deep or you can just pooch it. Both teams are doing exactly that.
Both teams have had quite a bit of success and been very interesting.
There's the kickoff. This one, a little short kick that Belial will take at the 22, the 25, the 30, and nice tackle there to get him out at the 32-yard line for just a 10-yard return on the kickoff, and Earlham will begin first down and 10 from their own 32-yard line.
And really, both teams have had pretty solid starting field position, except for Earlham on the one drive where the turnover happened inside the 5-yard line and they were backed up. But outside of that, both teams have had really pretty good field position all day long.
It's a great ball game being played. They actually marked them down at the 34. So Earlham will take over at the 34-yard line. 3 receivers will line up far side to the right, 1 near side left. Pistol set for Hundley. Takes it, drops back. Got plenty of time. Now he rolls out to his right, still looking downfield. He's going to fire to the sideline, complete to Cooper, and good job by the defender there, number 35, closing the gap. Very nice by Wilmington. Leroy Wilson, the freshman defensive back, only holding him to about a 5-yard gain, 2nd down and 5.
And you really see the change with Hudley starting to run so much that the Quakers' defensive line has not been as aggressive. Really kind of playing the let's keep him in front of us, and that allowed them. The defensive backs did a good job of making him hold the ball, but eventually someone's going to break open. You have that kind of time.
3 receivers out to the near side left, 1 far side right. Hudley in the gun, takes it this time. Swing pass completed, and look at the pursuit. Number 17, Chancey Cawthorne wasn't going anywhere after that. Good job by Dustin Links to stop that play dead in his tracks, and it's a loss of 5, 3rd and 10.
I believe that was actually Middleton. Dusty Links is the offensive player, Middleton the defensive player, to both number 11.
Yep.
But Middleton did a good job, again, holding that blocker that was trying to set up the block, getting rid of him, and then going up and making the tackle.
3rd down and 10. A big 3rd down here for Earlham. Three receivers lined up, far side to the right, 1 near side left. Pistol formation, Hudley takes the snap. Wilmington rushes 3, completes over the middle, 1st down and more at the 50 and dragged down at the 45-yard line. Number 10, Jamal Barnes with the catch.
Sitting back in that zone, not getting any pressure now at all. No pressure at all on the quarterback, and he was able to find a guy breaking across the middle.
They only rushed about 3, too. 1st and 10 for Earlham. Empty backfield now. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Now this one's going to be a straight quarterback draw, and Hudley's dragged down after about a 3-yard gain out to the 37-yard or 42-yard line.
Well, unfortunately, the Quakers Wilmington is playing without C.J. Thompson in the middle of that defense right now. He is still out. We have Volley, I believe, in the middle.
And they're definitely taking advantage of that. Hudley scrambles in the pocket and brought down for a sack lunch. Number 90 for Wilmington with the stop. That's Ryan Prince.
Ryan, another one of those guys that has been playing for several years and now really seeing that experience pay off for him. But number 15, he had a couple opportunities at him, and Jed Osmus disrupted a lot of things, but fortunately Prince was there to kind of clean things up.
Under 3 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Very quick 3rd quarter of play. It's 3rd and 9 for Earlham. Wilmington's defense trying to get the crowd pumped up and into it. Here they come. 4 wide receivers and a whistle, and Earlham's going to take a timeout with the play clock running low. 2:47 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Wilmington 35, Earlham 12. As you're listening to live college football on CampusNation.com and also on 106.9 WZAA out of Jeffersonville.
Orthopedics and Sports Medicine welcomes you and your athlete athletes to their new
It's a
site,
great
Wilmington.
defensive game for Wilmington. Obviously, a couple injuries have kind of stifled a couple things that they've wanted to do so far, but you know they're still hanging in there. They're making big plays when needed.
Yeah, and this is where it's important to have a little depth.
Yep.
You know, the good news is it looks like a lot of those guys are walking around, so hopefully not a long time thing, but you got to have some depth. And you know, having some of these young guys getting more reps and getting those opportunities, it's only going to improve.
3rd and 9. Pistol formation for wide receivers. Kennelly behind Hudley in the pistol. Wilmington is showing blitz. They send 3. They have a spy on Hudley. He's rolling out to his right under pressure. Throws this one up. Tipped and incomplete. Almost picked off there. Incomplete. And we got a 4th down.
And I don't think that young man was going to be able to catch the ball anyway. If you see the official that came in, the field judge, he's in there with his hat off. He threw his hat because he actually went out of bounds, came back in, and was the first to touch the ball. But sounds like he must have been out of bounds anyway because there was no flag thrown.
4th down and 9, and the punt team is going to come onto the field. Jordan Christian will try to pin Wilmington deep with field position. Last time he punted from right here, it bounced into the end zone for a touchback, and Wilmington ended up taking the ball on the 20-yard line. Hightower is back to field the punt. He's standing on the 10. There's a snap. Christian is going to angle this one to the right. Fair caught at the 17-yard line where Wilmington will take over 1st down and 10. That was kind of a rugby-style line drive punt on that one.
And he had a little pressure, so he had to get rid of it. But they were definitely saying, okay, let's see what they've got going on there. I believe that the young man can also play some quarterback as well and has played a little in his past. So the run-pass threat from the punter there as well, you've got to be careful for.
2:36 left here in the 3rd. Wilmington's offense comes back out onto the field. Luke Credit leads the troops out.
This is one of those slam the door shut type drives. If you want to kind of erase Earlham's hopes, I know there's a big score difference, but right here you could kind of slam the door shut on them.
We got 2 receivers out here to the right side, but they're going to hand it off up the middle.
He could
Eric
go.
Flynn, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45 down at the 45 of Earlham. 1st down, Wilmington. Good run by Eric Flynn.
I would like to see his yards after contact today. Seems like he's been spinning off or breaking that first tackle and doing a good job like he did right there of bouncing that play and being able to have a big gain. And again, always when you have a running back break one like that, not only is it good blocking by the line, but you have wide receivers down the field making blocks and really springing a guy.
1st down and 10. Ball is officially marked at the Earlham 47-yard line. Takes the snap. Jackson comes in motion. This one's going to be handed off to Gino Hinton. Bounce off initial contact. There he goes. 40, 35, 30, 25, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 23-yard line of Earlham. 1st down, Wilmington.
And it was just lauding those receivers for blocks. And right there, you know, we've said A.J. Hightower not had the best day catching the ball, but what a great block on the corner there. And then number 9, Jackson, the freshman, getting in. He got a nice shot. They're going to enjoy watching that one on film on Sunday.
We've got a 1st down and 10. Ball on the 23 over Earlham. 3 receivers out to the left. Nobody's over here on the right side. We got a shotgun set credit there with Eric Flynn on his left side. Now they're going to turn and hand it to Eric Flynn on the right. Flynn's got a hole. Got to break one. Breaks it. And he's scampers into Painter. Touchdown, Eric Flynn Jr. I believe that's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
What a nice move right there, and he went video game on him.
Yeah, he did.
Chopped those feet, gave him a little inside move, and was able to finish it off, keep his balance. He's having a great game today. Great start.
He is. 120 yards rushing for Flynn on 2 touchdowns.
3 backs with 100 yards.
3 running backs now have 100 yards rushing.
We're 23 yards away from
23 yards
So if
away.
Gino Hinton gets 23 more yards, Wilmington will have 3 backs, including their quarterback, with 100 yards rushing.
And the extra point is up and good by Champ. 42-12. Wilmington blowing Earlham out of the water here. And it's a 30-point difference. 1:17 left to play in the third quarter. Right now, a little score update from the NCAA Division I. Maryland is upsetting Texas right now, 44-34, with 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the game.
Wow, that is a surprise.
DJ Durkin's got those Terps ready to go, man.
He does. And just another tough team in that Big Ten.
Yep.
There's another showdown you might be interested in here coming up later on.
That's right, Michigan and Florida, number 11 versus number 17 from Jerry's World down there in Texas. we do want to give out our condolences to everybody in Houston, too. The hurricane hitting hard there in Houston, Hurricane Harvey, and we're kind of feeling some of the effects up here in Ohio with some, it's kind of drizzling outside. It's a gloomy opening day, but next week, hopefully, it's a little better out there for everybody.
One of the neat things that's happened on campus, Wilmington's campus has always been a very giving campus, but we had all kinds of folks doing different fundraisers, drives, etc., and making donations down there to Hurricane Harvey victims.
It's definitely good to see that students are willing to give for, a good cause. And Belial takes the kickoff, breaks a few tackles, and gets it to the 40-yard line. That's always one thing I've always noticed going here to Wilmington College and everything. Everyone is very nice. They're willing to give and help others, and I think that's what really sets Wilmington apart from a lot of different universities.
Well, I know our women's basketball players were, interested in setting up a jar and sitting down there at lunchtime, headed up to the cafeteria, and you think, well, how much can college students really give? And then you see the outpouring of support from all those college students that don't have a lot of money in their pocket,
right,
but we're digging in deep and saying, yeah, we want to give and help that. Something that I'm proud of that our girls would think of that, but something I'm proud of, like you said, our campus. They're very giving, very important and committed to that relationship with Wilmington.
We got a first down and 10 for Earlham on their own 40-yard line. Hudley will take the snap. They're looking for a screen. It's completed to Kennelly, and he will take it up to the 44-yard line. Just a 4-yard pickup on a screen play. And it'll bring up a second down and 6.
And again, Earlham starting this drive off, taking advantage of Wilmington's aggressiveness. You got guys really attacking. Really would hope to see the defensive line kind of starting to figure this out. They got to kind of go hard, but then figure out when they're being allowed to go past and slam on those brakes and see what's going on.
Second down and 6 here for Earlham. A 2-back set. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back to pass, Hudley pump fakes. Looking deep this time. One-on-one coverage on the outside and overthrows his intended receiver. Number 3, Belial. Number 25, good coverage there for Wilmington. Another freshman, Paris Weathersby.
And Higgins was on a backside corner blitz right there, and Hundley just got that ball off right before he was about to get smacked. Higgins did a good job of pulling up, not getting the penalty right after that. But Wilmington coaching staff getting a little aggressive. First time I think I've seen the corner blitz today.
We've got a third down now and 6 for Earlham. Not very good on third downs today, but this is a big one for them if they want a chance to get into the end zone before the end of the quarter. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, pistol formation. Hundley will take the snap. He drops back. He's looking, now scrambles out to his right. Fires and incomplete, just a low pass intended for number 31, Dalton Ingle, and it's now 4th down.
Hopefully Wilmington has David Henry walking off here a little banged up. He got blocked by 4 guys on that play. Every time he stood up, he got knocked back down by somebody else. Just continuous effort. Did a great job of playing hard, but that was kind of a scud missile into the ground, wasn't it, that ball? That was not Hudley's best throw there.
4th down here. Christian will be in to punt this one away as A.J. Hightower stands on his own 20-yard line. There's the snap. Good snap. Nice punt. Fair caught at the 24-yard line. 14 ticks left to go here in the third quarter. Wilmington still leading 42-12, and at this point in time in the ball game, do you see some of these backups start to get some work in?
Well, this is an opportunity. I see Credit heading over to the huddle with no helmet on, and so I think we're going to see exactly that. Going to have a chance to maybe see that new quarterback, the Barrett, the young man.
Kyle
that's
Barrett.
A freshman out of Columbus Beechcroft, I believe. 6'4", 200 pounds, Kyle Barrett. Going to see his first collegiate action here.
With the Quakers,
Number 25 in the backfield as well.
Paris Weathersby.
Takes a snap, hands it off. I'm sorry, that's number 23 that was in the backfield. Aaron Johnston. Johnston with a nice little run out across the 25 to the 28-yard line.
And that'll be the end of the third.
At the end of 3 here in Wilmington, it's the Quakers leading the Quakers. Wilmington leading 42-12 in the 2017 Quaker Bowl here live from Townsend Field at Williams Stadium. You're listening to live college football on CampusNation.com. The Sports Animal, your home for high school and college sports, also live on 106.9 WZAA in Jeffersonville, WDTZ 98.1 in Cincinnati, WGRN 94.1 in Columbus, and WJVG 96.7 in Columbus. All of these stations are low-powered stations, so we would like to thank them for allowing us to provide our audio stream on their stations, as a lot of people around the state of Ohio should be hearing this great ball game and a good start for Wilmington on opening weekend.
Yeah, Coach Moore, I don't think could have scripted it any better. It's got to be exciting to get out here and to see all the work that you put in over the months start to pay off and come to fruition here. And now get a chance to see some of these other young guys play and get them some important game reps.
Barrett's in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. This one's going to go to Johnston again. Look at him run. This guy's pretty tiny for a running back, but he keeps those little legs moving, and he picks up a nice gain of about 6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and a short 1 for Wilmington.
Yeah, he's 5'6", 160. Or at least that's what he's listed on the roster. Did a great job of running right up the middle and being patient, like he said, and taking his time.
Looks like we got another running back in there, another freshman, Kenny Jones, number 10, will stand next to Barrett with 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. 3rd and 1, takes the snap, and Jones is going to get the carry this time. First down and more, 40, 45, 50, breaks the tackle. Man, that looked like Davion Smith throwing the BYU guy off of him for a big first down run for the Quakers.
Started it off with a little hop outside, and then, man, did he deliver some punishment on his way to a nice run.
And that's why, high school and youth kids watching this game, that is exactly why you have to wrap up the guy and hit him low, because a lot of high tackles there from Earlham caused that big run. 1st and 10 now. Wilmington back in Earlham territory at the 43. Barrett's in the shotgun. Man coming in motion from right to left. Takes the snap. Hands the ball off to Jones again. This time he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. One of the first plays for Wilmington that haven't really done much for him, and really they haven't had a lot of negative plays today as well.
No, like we said early on, they've been able to stay on schedule pretty much all game, and that's huge, especially when, we've said, they've been able to score on every offensive possession except for the one, but that was a long, deep drive as well. You're going to have success when you're able to stay on schedule on down and distance.
4 wide receivers for Barrett, who's in the gun on 2nd down and 10. Johnston's back in the backfield on the right side. Takes the snap, and Barrett's going to keep it off the right. Dive forward to the 40-yard line for a 4-yard gain. Brings up a 3rd and 6.
And now maybe we get to see the young quarterback put the ball in the air a little bit here. We also have some offensive linemen that seem to have checked in then as well, some new guys on that offensive line. And this is good. Number one, save some guys from injury, but also, again, every rep that they're getting, every game rep that these guys are getting, it's just going to make them that much better for the future.
3rd down and 6 for Wilmington. Barrett's in the gun. 4 wide receivers. Johnston's on his left. They're going to hand it to Johnston. The little guy tried to spin away from a tackler, but he's brought down just across the 40-yard line to the 37, 38-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down here for Wilmington.
Looks like it's going to be about, 4th and 5?
4th and 5.
And the coaching staff, they're going to, looks like, keep the offense out there and call a play.
We are now currently at the 2nd most rushing yards per game as a team in school history.
We are right now at the 2nd most rushing yards a Wilmington team has ever had in school history. And Barrett's going to throw. Got a man deep. Nice little throw, and it's completed. And he's still on his feet. Finally brought down at the 3-yard line. Nice pitch and catch. On the catch is number 16, Dylan Volts, the junior wide receiver.
Volts got to see a lot of playing time last year, so getting an opportunity in there, with this second unit, he's an experienced guy. What a ball, though, by the freshman quarterback. How about completing your first college pass and doing it really well?
I mean, that thing was a laser beam thrown right in there. Ball is on the 3. It's 1st and goal. We get 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Barrett's in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Jones. And Jones will get a yard to the 2-yard line, 2nd down and goal.
That last play, though, what a good job with the pass protection and then trusting your 6'4" wide receiver to go get the ball for you. But then he put that ball on a line. So the future is bright. While we saw a little bit of the Luke Credit show here to begin the second half, we got a nice, exciting young quarterback in Kyle Barrett here as well from out of Columbus.
2nd down and goal here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. We're going to give it off to Johnston, trying to find his first touchdown of his collegiate career, and he only gets it to about the half-yard line. So we've got a 3rd and goal.
Well, he did a good job of sticking his nose in there, but I'll tell you what, I'll give Earlham credit. These kids are not quitting. They were there. They were ready to play. They weren't laying down. They are not just going to concede this touchdown.
Wilmington looking to the sideline for the play. 10 minutes, 20 seconds and counting left to play in the ball game. Barrett's in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 out to the right side. Johnson the tailback. This one is going to be kept, and Barrett gets in, and he has just scored his first collegiate touchdown of his career. Touchdown, Wilmington.
Nice job by the young man realizing they were going to tackle the running back and just putting his shoulder down and sticking in there. It looks like he's experiencing a little pain from those first couple college hits. He's not a very big man as far as weight, but he is an athletic, strong-armed young man.
Champ will be in to kick this one through. The uprights, number 7, Deshaun Maddox, will be in to hold this one. 10 seconds to kick this one through. Snaps down, good snap, good kick, blocked. It was a little low, and a penalty flag will fly in. And we'll wait to hear from the official to figure out what this flag is, thrown right at the goal line.
Wilmington giving the early signal that it's against Earlham.
So that's a good thing. They'll be able to re-kick it.
Haven't seen really any problems so far on the kicks, but did have a new holder.
Oh, somebody jumped over the line to block it. You're not allowed to do that.
Okay, he must have also used somebody to do that as well.
Yep.
A lot of times you can jump as long as you're so far back. You don't land on anybody. You don't use anybody to jump. So
we will re-kick the PAT now. Champ is perfect on the day, trying to stay perfect. It's up, and it's good.
It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. A little bit of a high snap. Maybe we got a new snapper, a new holder. Number 7, Maddox, he did a real nice job of getting that ball down and allowing Champ to stay perfect on the day.
Champ perfect on PATs. Wilmington perfect today, leading 49-12 over Earlham with 10 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Wilmington well on their way to winning the 2017 Quaker Bowl.
You know, what a great way for Wilmington to start off this season, to start off Coach Moore's career, getting that first win, that first time out. That's not an easy thing to do no matter who the opponent is. And, I couldn't be more excited. This is a great staff, a great group of just human beings. But I think they're really going to be the guys that get this thing turned around because they're workers, they're grinders, and they're good guys. They really, the kids love them. They love playing for them.
Yep.
And it's exciting. And you saw that all day long. these players were resilient, and a lot of that goes from believing in the coach, believing in what he's doing. And I think, Brian Moore's doing a great job here in his first year at Wilmington.
These kids are definitely buying into what Coach Moore has fed them. And I'm telling you what, this is the most motivated Wilmington Quaker team that I've ever seen in my life. And that's a great thing to have Coach Moore here helping coach out the Wilmington Quakers. As Champ has the ball teed up, Cooper and Malile back deep to receive it. There's the kick. Malile fields at the 17, across the 20, across the 25, across the 30, and he'll be brought down across the 35-yard line at the 38, where Earlham will take over first down and 10.
And they are still hitting out there. There was a couple nice shots delivered as the ball was being returned. Number 62 for Earlham. He did a great job of putting the block out and took the young receiver, Zach Phillips, off of his feet with a nice block. Earlham going to start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
They got 4 wide receivers as Hudley on first down in the shotgun. This will probably be a drive. It's all him. He's going to throw it out to Cooper. It's complete across the 40, across the 45, across midfield. What a hit on the far sideline. It's a first down, and what a shot by Wilmington on that one. I didn't even see what number that was. He
20.
Came in so fast.
Devaney Jones, the freshman DB out of Kettering Fairmont. He really levied a hit right there.
It's still a first down for Earlham as they're now in Wilmington territory at the 48-yard line. 4 wide, 2 receivers are lined up on each side. Hudley's in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to the left side, and look, nothing going there. Number 38 with the nice stop. The run by number 22, Cyrus Clark. 38 on the stop for Wilmington. Nick Logic, the senior linebacker.
Good to see Nick out there getting some playing time. He's worked very hard for this opportunity, and good to see him get out there and get a tackle when he gets in.
Just a 1-yard gain is what it looks like the officials gave him. Second down and 9 upcoming here for Earlham. 3 receivers lined up near side to the right, 1 far side left. The snap, back to pass. Looking as Hudley swings it out to his running back Clark. And Clark gets across the 45. Finally brought down at the 42, 43-yard line, where it'll still be about a 3rd and 5 for Earlham.
The officials have done a fantastic job, I think, all day long, but maybe getting a little excited to get home. There's a few defensive linemen for the Quakers that are almost missing a jersey. A little bit of holding going on down there.
3rd and 5. Hudley with an empty set. Cooper comes in motion. Fake jet sweep. Hudley rolls out. Fires completed. And it's going to be a first down for Earlham. Number 10, Jamal Barnes on the catch. He gets it out to the Wilmington 32-yard line. First down and 10 with 8:15 and counting left to play.
Again, this Hudley kid, he is for real. He is doing a great job, and he's found his rhythm here later on in the game with the passing attack. Early on he struggled a little bit with throwing the ball, mainly running, but he's hit a couple nice passes here in the second half.
5 wide as Hudley takes the snap from the shotgun. Under pressure, about took a shot, and that one's completed to Cooper in the end zone, and that's going to be an Earlham touchdown of 32 yards as Hudley has his first passing touchdown of the season. Just a good job there by Cooper, I think, get behind the DBs. And, Wilmington's defense, I believe, they're playing with their second string here, too.
Yeah, and they already have freshmen that are starting, in their 2 deep. 6 of those guys in their 2 deep in the secondary are freshmen, and so got even more freshmen coming out and getting opportunities. And this is good for them to get these game reps. There's nothing like game reps. Right now they've left a receiver at the top of the screen wide open.
And a whistle, and I think Wilmington's going to take a timeout here as Earlham lined up to go for 2. Nope, Earlham's going to take a timeout. So Earlham with 1 timeout left, Wilmington with 2, 7:48 left to play in the ball game. It's 49-18, Wilmington pending the 2-point conversion play for Earlham.
This again, I said this a few minutes ago. This Earlham team has not backed down at all. They're still competing and they're still battling, and you got to give them and their coach credit for that. Coach Nick Johnson, who's in his third season, you got to give him credit. These kids just keep fighting, keep battling, and again, give them that credit because this is not an easy situation to be in.
And the Quakers defense running back out onto the field. For this two-point conversion, 3 receivers to the right, 1 on the left. Hudley takes a snap, drops back, looks to the end zone, completes it to Cooper on the slant pass. Two-point conversion is good. And now with 7 minutes, 45 seconds left to play in the ball game, it's Wilmington 49, Earlham 20. You're listening to live college football on CampusNation.com, the sports animal, your home for high school and college sports. Also today, you're listening to us on 106.9 WZAA out of Jeffersonville, WDTZ out of Columbus, or Cincinnati 98.1 out of Columbus, WGRN 94.1, and WJVG out of Columbus as well. So we are being heard all across the region of Cincinnati, Jeffersonville, and Columbus.
It's been a beautiful day here for football, and it's just the vantage point we have right now looking across Wilmington College's campus. What a beautiful view.
Yeah.
Looking out into a ton of green space and a ton of trees, but then, some nice new buildings, the Center for Sports Sciences, and all that it not only offers our athletes but also our students. What a campus Wilmington College has. How blessed are we that we get an opportunity to be here and call this game, but also that, I'm fortunate enough to work here, and you've been fortunate enough to go to school here. Just a beautiful setting, not only for college football, but
it's different, too. Being an alumni graduating about 3 years ago, and you come back here and you see all the new stuff they were talking about it's up and ready to go when you come back. I mean, it's incredible to see what Wilmington has not only done with their athletics facilities, but also the new Center for Sciences and Agriculture over there. Kettering Hall is what we used to call it, and used to have Lake Kettering out in the front. I don't know if they still have that. Onside kick, nice job by Wilmington to pull that off. But it's awesome. I mean, I always have thought this campus was beautiful, even before they built the new buildings, and it just gives the students perspectives to come in here and see that Wilmington has a lot to offer, and it's a very nice college. I spent 4 years of my life here and enjoyed every bit and love when I get to come back here and call a game like this.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Really nice job there by Wilmington being ready that time. I mean, obviously this is the time of game we expected, but it's been something they've faced all game long. Should be something they're ready for all year with as many onside kicks as they've seen.
Resetting the game clock to 7:44 as Barrett has the offense back out as Wilmington takes over on the Earlham 47-yard line with 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver out here to the left. Johnston, the tailback on the left side of Barrett, takes the snap, hands it to Johnston. Johnston dancing around. Nice little hole there from Johnson he found out to the 41-yard line. Nice gain of around 6 yards, and it brings up a 2nd and 4.
Well, I tell you what, you've mentioned his size. He does a great job of hiding in behind those linemen, but he is not afraid to stick his nose in there, and he puts his nose right up in there, hid behind those linemen, but then when it's time to go make contact, he's falling forward.
He's falling forward, but it also looks like he may be bringing a couple people with him.
Yes, he is.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Barrett's in the gun. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Johnson again. Johnson breaks 1 tackle and gets it out across the 35 to the 34-yard line for another Wilmington first down. That's a big guy trying to tackle the little guy there at the feet, and he just juked him out of his shoes.
He just gave him the little quick dead leg and took off. Got another freshman running back coming in now, Kenny Jones. I know he saw a little action earlier, had a nice play, but it's nice. These 2 freshman running backs sitting behind a couple of senior running backs get an opportunity now to get a little playing time here.
1st and 10 for Wilmington on the 34. Barrett's in the gun. Jones comes in, the tailback on the right side. 2 receivers on the left, 1 to the right. Barrett's going to fake it and take it himself. Got a nice hit there. Helmet-to-helmet contact out across the 30 to the 29 for a 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5. He's adjusting his chin strap after that one.
He was doing his best Luke Credit impression right there, trying to put it down and run over him.
You know, watching these younger guys, the second, third stringers out there on offense, it really gets you excited for the future of Wilmington football as well. Once these experienced seniors leave here, and it's really looking bright for Wilmington.
Yeah, and they're executing. I mean, that's the thing I've been impressed with. Not a lot of penalty flags. Very, very good execution. I mean, they're out there just taking off where they left off. So
Jones takes the handoff from Barrett on 2nd and 5, and he'll pick up at least 3 more. 3rd and 3 upcoming for Wilmington. And, you put a little bulk on Johnston a little bit, get him up to almost 200 pounds, and this guy's going to be a horse.
yeah, and his feet are fantastic. As you mentioned, the last time he carried the ball, it just does a great job of keeping him active, moving, and he looks like he's a guy I'd like to see out in the open. I want to see how hard it is to tackle this guy.
How quick he is getting down the sideline, too.
Absolutely.
2 receivers out to the right, 1 on the left side. Barrett in the gun, takes a snap. They're going to run a jet sweep, but he fumbled the ball and picked it up. That should have been an incomplete pass because he did toss it forward to him, but the officials are not calling it an incomplete pass. Maddox dropped the ball.
And I think he got a little bit in between there on himself, whether he was going to hand or toss, and that kind of threw off Maddox as he was coming across. Looks like Wilmington's going to keep the offense out there here on this 4th down.
4th and 10. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 on the left side. We're under 4.5 to play as Barrett takes the snap. He fires. That was a nice pass, but again, he had it in his hands and thought about running forward a little too soon, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. That's only the 2nd time on offense today Wilmington has failed to score any points, and now Earlham's offense comes back out onto the field with 4.5 minutes to play, down by 19, is able to take over.
Well, even though that was an incomplete pass, they were blitzing. They were going to blitz off the corner. Keyshawn Yorker, who was that wide receiver out there, he did a really good job of recognizing it, alerting the quarterback. The quarterback then hit him hot. They had a safety rolling over top, but he just got a little too excited. He thought he had somewhere to go, and he'll make that play, but the good recognition.
Hudley's in the gun. He's going to keep it himself over here on the right side and gets out of bounds. Across the 40 to the 41. Gain of 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 upcoming for Earlham.
Hudley, I was just watching Hudley there with the official. Hudley's had a few things to say these last few drives for the Wilmington defenders. He had a little bit to say for the official there as well.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right as Hudley will drop back the pass, and it's completed to Belial on the far sideline. And he's carrying guys for a 1st down and across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Well, again, we've mentioned a few times it's good for these guys to get out there and get on the field, these young guys. The other good thing is it gives you tape. And as a coach, now you can say, hey, it's not just these practice reps. Let's look at this tape and show you how we can improve some of the technique that you need to get better at, etc.
1st and 10 as Hudley will drop back and draw this one on the left side. Got a 1st down. And he will get it out to the 41-yard line of Wilmington. 1st down and 10 for the Earlham Quakers.
Wilmington, they've done a good job of controlling this game offensively. Defensively, they started out really, really well, but like I said earlier, Earlham and Hudley just got to find a rhythm. That's something they're going to have to find a way to disrupt.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hudley's in the pistol. He's going to drop back to pass again. There was holding over there on the left side of the line, and no flag thrown, and Hudley throws it away. Nobody open. Great coverage down there. Looked like almost every receiver was double covered on that. And we're going to have a 2nd down and 10. I'm surprised we didn't get a flag there for holding. You saw it.
I was trying to think of what not to say. See, I'm an assistant coach. The officials never want to hear from the assistant coach, so
Right.
I try to just not get too excited
You
about
don't have to
those
worry
things.
about the coaches now, though. You're on the mic.
There you go.
5 wide receivers for Hudley on 2nd down and 10. Waiting the snap, barking out the signal. Hudley back to pass, fires one
He's got a
deep,
man.
has Belial. What a play by the Wilmington defender down there. No flags, got there just as the ball came in. Number 33, great job by Wilmington's Traquez Parks, the freshman defensive back, to knock that ball away from Belial.
He's got some nice closing speed because
Yeah.
he was not in the picture, and all of a sudden right there at the end did a good job getting over there and making that tough.
Belial had him beat. 3rd and 10 now for Earlham. Obviously 4-down territory, being down by 29. 3 receivers lined up on the right side, 1 on the left. Hudley in the pistol, takes it, drops back to pass, fires a swing pass out here. Nice closing speed, and look again, even with second stringers in there, you've got almost all 11 guys coming to the numbers. Number 31 on the catch, Dalton Engel, and number 21 on the stop, Olin Keel.
There's definitely a commitment to that effort and, rallying to the football. And, I'm a Browns fan, so we're going to talk about them real quick. Greg Williams, the great defensive coordinator, that's the big change they said they see with him. That's all his great defenses have been doing. Coach Filipovich, he has them rallying to the ball.
Yes, he does. We got 4 wide receivers as Hudley will take the snap from the pistol. He's looking downfield. Nobody open. Now he's being chased down on the far sideline. Pulls it down, runs. And he's going to be brought down inbounds to keep the clock running. Good job by Wilmington to steer him back inbounds. And it's still going to be a turnover on downs as he did not get the first down. And now Wilmington just has 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go before the coveted Quaker Bowl comes to Wilmington College.
And I'm looking forward to seeing the handing off of the Quaker Bowl.
That would be really, really cool to see. And again, I mean, this is something that's been going on for years, and it's a great thing that they brought back the Quaker Bowl for all sports. Basketball, soccer, wrestling being brought back here next year. Obviously football and track and field, all those other sports. Again, 9 sports competing for the Quaker Bowl here at Wilmington. Barrett's in the gun again. He's going to take the snap. He'll hand it off to Jones. Jones bobbled the ball, but he still kept with it and drove up for a 9-yard gain, and there is going to be a penalty flag thrown there by one of the umpires.
And that looks like it's in the vicinity of the hold.
And that's okay, but come on, man. There's 2 minutes left in the game. If you're not going to call holding against Earlham, you might as well not call it against anybody because there was a lot of holding going on in Earlham's last drive.
A few that you might, I guess, call egregious as well. So this one must have been in that category or even a little further.
Yeah. I had to say it. It's unnecessary. So a loss of 10. They'll replay first down after the holding penalty. It'll bring them first down and 20 for Wilmington as they're backed up to their own 23.5-yard line.
And the important thing here for the Quakers, kind of keeping that ball inbounds, being safe with it, keeping the clock running as we have the officials stop the clock and start it again, keeping that clock running and just executing here to end this game.
Barrett's in the gun, takes it, hands it off to Jones. Jones this time, better clean handoff, and he gets it out to the 29-yard line. A good pickup to pick up some of that penalty yardage.
I tell you, I would still not be surprised in this last 2 minutes to see either one of these freshman running backs break one. They have been close a couple times. And that time, he makes that last guy miss, and I think he's gone.
Second down, and we'll call it 14 for Wilmington. Under 90 seconds to play. They're just going to run off as much time as possible. Barrett in the gun. He's going to take it. This time handed off to Johnston on the right side. Johnston's got a nice hole at the 40 and just gets across the 40, close to the first down marker. Officials look like he got it. I think he's short. Yeah, he's about a half-yard short. We're almost right on the 50-yard line, so we almost have a clear vantage point of where this ball is being spotted.
They're
And
going
they
to go
did.
ahead and give it to him.
They gave him the first down at the 43-yard line, and Wilmington really only needs to run one more play to end this ball game. 382 rushing yards for Wilmington today, and now a loss will put it back to 381, which is the school record.
And I don't think we're going to see another play, so I think that could be where it ends, it looks like.
We're at 20 seconds, and Wilmington does not have to run another play. What a start to the 2017 season for the Wilmington Quakers. A 49-20 shellacking of their rivals Earlham. Here today on opening day, your final score again, as all the clock hits all zeros, Wilmington 49, Earlham 20.
And our SID informing us here that we have tied that record, as AJ had said, 381 rushing yards, ties the school record for the most rushing yards in a game.
Wow. I'm speechless. I haven't seen a rushing performance like this in a very long time. Obviously, Luke Credit really close to 200 yards passing, too. We'll get the stats here momentarily. There's the Quaker Bowl down there on the field right now, getting ready to be presented to the winners of this year's football Quaker Bowl, the Wilmington Quakers, as they're running over here. They want that bowl, and I do not blame them. They've earned it with a 49-20 win here over Earlham. A funny thing here, Alan, again, we've been talking about it all day long, is just the motivation that Wilmington has seemed like they've gained over the course of the offseason with new head coach Brian Wilson being in here. Or Brian Moore, I'm sorry. I've never seen a Quaker team like this, and starting out 1-0. Or, they've ended their 19-game losing streak. Unfortunately for Earlham, that goes to 34 games for them. This team could be dangerous, and they can compete with a lot of these teams in the OAC. John Carroll, Mountain Union, obviously Capital. I really look forward to Wilmington playing Capital because, they can beat Capital. And what are your thoughts? What are you taking away from this big performance here by Wilmington?
Well, just the like you said, that excitement, but they believe in themselves. They're working on a new tradition right here, and that's what Brian Moore is doing. He's creating excitement and tradition, and this is something when Wilmington, in its days where they were a great football team, which they have had those days, they would do this after every game, and Brian's really he's injected enthusiasm. And like you said, it makes it dangerous because they're believing and getting that first win and keeping those spirits high. That makes this a dangerous team going into next week.
And nobody ever gives Wilmington credit either. It seems like they're always picked last or close to last here to finish in the OAC. But you know what? That's not going to be the case this year. I really believe they have a chance to place in the top 4 in the conference. Obviously, you have powerhouses like John Carroll and Mountain Union, obviously, who's always playing for a championship, almost every single year. But, it's all about believing what you're being told. And Moore has done a very good job at feeding these kids, getting them to drink his Kool-Aid. And it's just one of those things, again, the motivation. I've never seen a more pumped up, hype, motivated Wilmington College Quaker team to take the field than the one I just saw today.
And a lot of times when you get that and you get, some of these young guys playing, you see undisciplined play. We didn't see that today. We didn't see undisciplined play. We saw guys that didn't commit penalties. We saw guys that had their assignments, played their assignments, and right now they're getting handed that Quaker Bowl, and they're pretty excited about it. Athletic Director Terry Rupert is talking to the guys.
Another thing when you say they didn't play sloppy, either team didn't. There was no turnovers in this game.
No, this was a solid, well-played game, and you got to give, again, the Quakers from Earlham, you got to give those guys credit as well. They battled their hearts out, and maybe not as physically gifted as some of the Wilmington kids, but those kids played hard, and they have some physically gifted kids. Those skill possession guys, they're pretty good. Wilmington did a good job of keeping them under wraps most of the game. And you got to give Mr. Hudley some credit.
Yeah.
The young man, he played his heart out. He played his guts out to the very last snap. Tip your hat to him. He's going to be a pretty darn good football player, or I should say already is a pretty darn good football player, and going to give people some fits on that Earlham schedule.
And again, as we're waiting on the stats here from Townsend Field at Williams Stadium, we would definitely love to thank Rick Phillips from Campus Nation letting us come in here and call this game. I've been doing games with Rick for many, many years now. I really appreciate you, Alan, and we made a pretty good team here.
Not too bad. I'm
no.
looking forward to doing a few more games with you.
Yeah, hopefully I'm able to make it back down here. My schedule hectic, running a public access TV station called the Indian Nation Station up in Piqua, Ohio. If you guys are ever there in Piqua, come check it out. Last night was our first opening broadcast for football in Piqua. When Piqua took on Trotwood, they fell 42-35 in a great game because Trotwood's a good high school football team. Campus Nation has done a lot of great things. Obviously, they've been able to get these other affiliates to cover their games. You've got 106.9 WZAA, WDTZ out of Cincinnati, 98.1. WGRN 94.1 out of Columbus, and WJVG 96.7 out of Columbus as well. They've gotten these guys, and Rick has done a very good job of going out and really building something special with Campus Nation, providing live audio, delayed video. It's what everybody wants. It's the future. Everybody watches games on their phones and on apps now, so it's one of those things that's very, very special. Well, we've got the stats in front of us here. Let's go ahead and go over them. Wilmington rushed the ball today 51 times for 381 yards, tying the school record for most rushing yards in a game. They also passed for 202 yards. Rushing the ball today, Eric Flynn Jr. just nudged Luke Credit for the leading rusher. 10 carries, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Credit with 12 carries, 116, and a touchdown. Gino Hinton was 20 yards away from having a 3-back combo with 100 yards, 11 rushes, and a touchdown. Aaron Johnston, the little freshman, came in, had 8 carries for 34 yards. Very great, very, very great game for him. Luke Credit, 8 for 15, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns through the air. P.J. Meyer with those 2 catches, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns as well. And Hightower, he had only 2 catches, 26 yards. Could have had a lot more than that as well. Again, Wilmington, 0 punts in this game. That's something you really take out of this. That's a good thing. They went 6 of 11 on third downs as Earlham went 5 of 12. And again, Wilmington 5 of 6 through the red zone. They were 6 of 8, I believe, on offensive possession, scoring the ball. Hudley, great yard rushing today, 28 carries, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also threw the ball 28 times, completed 20 of his passes for 152 yards and a touchdown, with the leading receiver being Cooper with 7 catches, 76 yards, and that big touchdown run. So again, it's been a really good game for Wilmington all around.
And how dominant running were they? I was looking at the stats, and I noticed that Credit threw 1 pass the whole second half.
Yeah.
Threw 1 pass. Higgins got in there and got a chance to throw 2 passes. They threw 3 passes in the second half. 3 times they put the ball in the air, and they were still able to score on all those offensive possessions. For the Quakers, that's a dominant run game, and that's something that hopefully they can carry forward here.
And you don't see a lot of 51 rushing games, 51 times running the ball in any level, college, high school, pro. You definitely don't see that anymore. But for Wilmington to dominate that well on the ground and run the ball 51 times for 381, that's just completely insane to think that a team at this level can do that.
Yeah, and to have the success that they did, obviously you're going to have success if you're rushing it that many times, but to have the success that they did, and there was times where it was, hey, this is what we're going to run, come try to stop us, and they weren't really able to do it. They were able to take some shots on in the first half on some second and shorts because they knew on 3rd and 1 they could go get it if they needed to. And, the freedom that gives your offense when, like you say, stay ahead of schedule all game long, that gives you a lot of freedom on offense and a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different things.
And again, your final score here tonight, Wilmington 49, Earlham 20. You've been listening to live college football on CampusNation.com, the sports animal. Your home for high school and college sports. I'm AJ Ganger. With me was Alan tonight. We got what?
We have Brian Moore going to join us here in a minute.
Okay. So we're not going to sign off just yet. We got head coach Brian Moore that's going to come up, which is going to be great. I'll let you interview him. How about that? You can
sounds good.
Ask him all the hard-hitting questions. And, Again, the Quaker Bowl, the Quakers ended up, and this is another tradition that you see down here on the field as well, is the kids running up and their parents and having conversations down there after the game. It's just a very family-oriented attitude there here at Wilmington College. And like I've said, going here for 4 years, you really feel like a family anytime you come back here.
Yeah, and you're speaking of family, and one of the neat things to me, is that you see all these families out on the field like you're talking about, but you see the college wants the family atmosphere. I know I'm fortunate enough to have my little Rugrats running around after our basketball and softball games. I'm seeing Coach Moore's kids running around out here. I'm seeing faculty and staff as well as students, and they're out congratulating the coaches. I mean, we're going to have a hard time getting Coach Moore up here, I think, because everybody wants a piece of him today. But, you're seeing our admissions staff out and other faculty and staff members. It's that family atmosphere. They care about Wilmington, and that's the one thing that you're going to get when you get here. I've always used to say, maybe we don't have the fanciest stuff. Well, now we do. We've got some great new facilities, some awesome things, but the thing that still drives Wilmington is the people, and we have some great people associated with Wilmington College. I'm excited to be a part of it. It's nice to be here working with an alum, someone that has seen it firsthand, but that family atmosphere and seeing those guys out there, and give Coach Moore, a young coach and his staff credit. They got this young team not only to believe, but to execute today.
Yeah.
To execute. They executed all day long. And, the thing that really impressed me was at the end of the game when the second and third string kids got their opportunity, you didn't see a big drop-off. And some of those guys spend a little time in the weight room, put on a few more pounds, become a little bit bigger. And you're going to see those guys come out and be able to be successful as well. And, it's hard for it's hard for some of these guys. The hardest sport I really believe to go from high school to college and make an impact is football.
Yeah.
Because just some of the pure size of guys that have been, hitting the weight room for 4 years, etc. And we saw some exciting freshmen out there. I mean, the whole starting defensive backfield. Now, I shouldn't say the whole starting, but most of the starting defensive backfield, they were freshmen. So this is an exciting group of young guys.
Yeah, it really is. And like I said before, too, that if you look at the future of Wilmington College football, and some of these guys, again, they were here during Stacey Hairston's time at Wilmington, so Brian hasn't had the chance to get all of his recruits in here yet, but the way that you've seen some of these younger kids and him talking to them and getting them to come here over the off season when he took the job, it shows you what the future's looking like and what he can do here for Wilmington sports and what he's going to bring here for Wilmington football as well.
And he's a team guy. I mean, he was a guy that weeks after he was here, he was at every sporting event. He was immersing himself in Wilmington. I think that's what makes him endear himself so well to other people. I know he even came in during our women's basketball season last year and gave us a pregame speech, and I normally do those things. And
were you kind of let down that you weren't able to do it that game?
No, I was excited to have someone take it from me, but I was like, man, I need to hire you. You were really good.
Yeah.
You were better than anything I could be at. And but just the excitement, the enthusiasm, but he's immersed himself in it, and I think that's why he's going to see success. And again, his coaching staff, they bought in as well. A great group of young guys. Corey Filipovich, the defensive coordinator, Matt Byrne, the offensive game manager guy. They've had a lot of success early here. Let's hope that keeps translating and moving forward. They got them believing, like you said earlier. Got them believing. Let's see, next week they get that bye week. They get to heal up a little bit, which is good. They get those guys that get the bumps and bruises. A couple weeks from now, when they come back, hopefully we're seeing a lot of the same things, and they're able to build off that success.
And, it also – what do you say?
He's waving it off or something, I guess.
I don't know either. Amir's down there on the field yapping his mouth. I'm just kidding, guys. That's another thing you were talking about, too, is immersing yourself into the culture of Wilmington sports. That's something that, is really nice and surprising to see. A lot of times I haven't really seen that around where other coaches are immersing themselves in other sports and things like that. And it's good to see that Brian has done that here in Wilmington because, it is a culture, it is a family oriented place to be, and I think that's a good thing for him, and it's a good thing for the Wilmington community as well, because they see that and they see, hey, this guy really believes in Wilmington.
And that's that's so key. And we have what a coaching staff really that we have. We have guys going this year for their 500th, 300th, and 500th win. I'm fortunate enough to work for Jerry Sheevy, who will be going for win number 500 at some point later on this year. Bud Lewis today is going for win number 500. He got number 499 last night.
Bud's a legend around campus too, man.
Bud is a legend, and a great driver, but also a guy that he just he has relentless energy for a man that's been doing it for as long as he has, and big win last night, a 2-1 victory by our men's soccer team, starting off our fall season right that way, and hopefully tonight our men's soccer team, they play, I believe, at 5 o'clock this evening, and hopefully they're able to go out and get a victory again this evening. Our women's soccer team, they're currently playing right now. It's they're down 1-0 at Mount St. Joe. Always a tough place to play.
Hang on one second. All right, we're going to wrap it up here today. It looks like Brian's down on the field. Mayor's giving me the one finger. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
1 minute, he says. He says he'll have them to us in 1 minute.
Do you have any other OAC scores from around football-wise?
I do. Give me a minute here. Mount Union started off in their typical dominant fashion with a 58-0 win versus North Carolina Wesleyan. John Carroll was beaten today by Wisconsin Oshkosh. So
Wisconsin's a good school. That's a good team.
Good football program. So that's no slouch starting off there for them, and it won't hurt them overall. Heidelberg getting the win today, 40-24 versus Olivet. Muskingum now victorious, taking the win 19-0 over Waynesburg. Baldwin Wallace with the new coach as well, starting off with a 42-2 win over Defiance College. Don't have anything from the Mount St. Joe Capital game, and Ohio Northern, Adrian, Marietta, Geneva, and Otterbein, Ohio Wesleyan are still yet to kick off this evening.
So it seems like it's been a good day for the OAC here so far, and that's good to see that the OAC is picking up, and a lot of teams are 1-0 going in here to week number 2.
And this is one of the toughest, if not the toughest, football conference in the country. So, with week in and week out, you're going to see a really good, really well-coached football team every single week.
Yeah.
And, it makes it tough. So getting that opening win is so important, because as soon as you, get that opening win, there's no breathers. Now you got to go through that 9-game OAC schedule. And, from there, we're going to see some of the toughest conference schedules, some of the toughest conference teams in the country. But Wilmington, they'll be back on September 16th at Otterbein. So the Quakers quickly got to turn their attention to Otterbein. Looks like Coach Moore got grabbed one more time down there. He's been trying to escape and get up to us, but every time he takes off, someone else grabs him. He's a wanted man down there. Pretty exciting, though, to get first win in your first game.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. And like you said, the OAC is a very tough conference. And, one thing I've always thought is a little weird when it comes to Wilmington is that, they play the first game and then they have a bye and then they go back and they play the remaining 9 games on their schedule. Do you think that's going to hurt them, or do you think that's just going to make them better going into play a very tough Otterbein team?
I think it's going to make them better. I think some of the thought process behind that, it's not unconventional at Division III. I know when I played back at Bluffton, we did the same thing every year. It's just one of those things where you get a lot of nicks and bruises and banged and beat up in that first week, and get an opportunity to have a week off, get those guys healed, and you're going into conference play. And you see that a lot in Division I, where they're going into conference play. They try to take a week off.
But now at times in Division I, you're seeing people play a conference game the first week.
Yeah, and that was really bizarre for me on Thursday night, seeing that Ohio State, Indiana, because that's just not something that's happened in the past. But again, people want that extra time preparing going into conference. You get it, I guess, with the game 1 being that way. Here you get it with, having the second game, having a bye week in between week 1 and week 2. It's always good when you get a chance to get out there, get some game time under your belt, but then get healthy and improve on some of those things that didn't go well. While we're, raving over all the things that went well, I'm sure when Coach Moore comes and talks to us that he'll probably be excited, but at the same time know that there's things he's going to work on. They're going to get the tape out. They're going to check out and say, hey, these are the areas we got to improve on. These are the things we got to get better, and they're going to put in a good couple weeks worth of work.
Yeah, and again, they played a very good game with, not a lot. Nobody had any turnovers. Earlham didn't even have a turnover. They almost did with a fumble loss, or actually that was Wilmington's fumble that they lost. I don't know how much more we can say about this performance today. Obviously, Moore's going to be very happy with the way his team performed, I think. But also, like you said, too, he's going to come up and he's going to tell you exactly what he saw that was wrong. And, maybe the penalties. They had 5 for 97 yards. I mean, that's something that you have to clean up in practice. And some of those penalties they shouldn't have been called in the first place, but also there should have been more on Earlham, I think, in my mind.
It's one of those hard things, I think, as you're officiating a game and there's a team that's kind of pulling away that's clearly better maybe than one or the other, and you feel like you maybe got to, do I really need to call that one, etc.
Right.
And they're in a tough spot when it comes to those type of things, and here we see Coach Moore making his way up to us. But as we as you're watching that game, there's a lot to clean up from Earlham's standpoint, a lot to clean up from Wilmington's standpoint, but you get out of here with the win, and that's the key. You get out of week one, and you get to say that, hey, we're going home victorious. We can clean those things up, and we can bring it back.
And guess what? You start off the year at 1-0. And Wilmington is 1-0, and I'm going to turn things over to you and Coach Moore as he comes in for our post-game interview.
We're live, Coach. Coach Moore, good to see you. Congratulations on win number 1.
Oh, thanks so much. Mind if I sit down?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we were up here. We were talking about the execution. Being your first year here, we were really impressed. Was really all day long. Didn't have a ton of penalties, a lot of execution, and when those second string guys came in, you continue to execute. Tell me about that preparation and your guys executing today.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of it's got to be pushed towards my assistant coaches. They've done a great job of building a game plan that our kids could handle. We play a lot of young kids, especially in the secondary. Coach Filipovich did a great job of executing a game plan that our kids could handle and not overwhelming them, asking them to do too much so they could play fast and they could play confident. On the offensive side of the ball, too, Coach Byrne, our run game coordinator, really kept it down to 3 basic run plays. And they threw some multiple fronts at us that we weren't necessarily ready for, and he did a great job of getting some adjustments and getting that run, but kept it simple was the key for it.
So, I've been raving up here about the excitement that you've brought to campus and some of those things. You got some guys that made some exciting plays today. I'm looking at some of these stat sheets, and tell me a little bit about, your senior quarterback, Luke Credit's day that he had, not only throwing the ball, but especially running.
Yeah, we knew what we had in Luke. I mean, I wouldn't say I was surprised by what he did out there today. He hasn't had a lot of success here. He's made a lot of great plays here in his career, not a lot of wins to go behind it, and just felt very, very confident and comfortable with him in charge. He's got a great demeanor of how he goes about the business. And he is really cerebral, so he understands when the numbers are in his favor, it's time to run the ball, and he's a tough kid when he runs it. Makes you a little bit nervous as a coach, but I don't want to coach that out of him either. That's who he is. That's part of him, and that's part of coaching is let him play to their strengths and what they're comfortable doing.
We were impressed with him moving the pile a few times. We said he looked
a
almost
big
like a
boy.
fullback,
Yeah, he's a big
putting the
boy.
shoulder down. You had Eric Flynn and Gino Hinton also do a great job. I don't know if anybody's told you, 381 ties the school record for rushing. You had the school record and lost a yard at the end there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't care too much about records, but
no, I don't. I care for our offensive line. I know that's important to him and the running backs too. But we felt certainly an offense that was going to be a strength of ours is having some depth at the tailback position and some guys that can make plays on their own, which you need in an offense like ours. It's not so much a vertical stretch, but more of a horizontal stretch. You're going to get kids out in space, but they got to be able to make people miss and create big plays for you. And they both did we didn't fumble the ball outside of some exchanges in the backfield, but they didn't put the ball on the carpet or anything like that. No, turnovers weren't an issue, and that was one of our main goals. Was on defense we wanted to run the football, tackle well, and on offense we wanted to take care of the football.
Played very clean both ways that way. And talking about tackles, Brian Gonzalez led you with 10, but David Henry coming back from injury, having 6 tackles, seemed like he was in the backfield. Maybe got held a few times, it didn't get called, got double teamed. One time, I swear, 4 guys blocked him on one possession because he just kept getting up and going and going and going. Tell me about that kind of guy's effort.
Yeah, he's everything for us as far as on the defense. Without him, he's kind of the anchor. He makes it go, and the kids feed off of him. His energy was unreal today, just getting back on the field after being hurt for a while. So I know that fed a lot of the young kids that might have been puckered up a little bit. And so they just rallied around a big, scary guy yelling and running. So it's great to have him out there.
So tell us a little bit about the process. You're in the process of turning this program around, something I believe you're definitely going to get done. Tell us a little bit about where you are in that process and what today does for that process.
Yeah, it's still early. I think today the biggest thing was it gave the kids proof. I've been asking for a lot of blind faith out of them. Believe me, it's going to work, it's going to work. But I'm sure they've heard that before from previous coaches without great results. So today was the big part of, hey, it does work. The sacrifices, the discipline, the changes that you guys are making, there's actual results to it. So I think it really locks them into that culture a little bit more. So that part of it is huge.
AJ and I kept saying over and over again, I know AJ brought it up quite a few times, just how hard they played was just something that was so impressive today, and something we haven't really seen that, 60 minutes type play that hard, play that resilient, and have that much energy.
Right.
And but anyways, last thing I'll ask you, how good was that hug from those little girls after the game?
It's unbelievable. The story with me and my wife, this is the first time we've been married for 9 years now. I hope I got that right.
If not, it's on tape.
Yeah, I know. Well, we've been together for a while. We've never lived in the same house, so this is the first time that I got my kids and my wife in the same house for them to be out on the field with me after a win and see those little faces. That kind of, there's no doubt it's the icing on the cake.
I was fortunate enough to witness that hug down there at midfield after you got done talking to your guys, and that's something that still brings a little bit tears in my eyes. Great to have you here at Wilmington College. We're definitely excited. Thank you so much for coming on air. We appreciate it. We're excited about what you're going to do. Brian Moore with his first victory over Earlham College today in the Quaker Bowl.
Outstanding. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks, Brian. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Well, thank you again for joining us here on the Boxcast. We appreciate everybody tuning in, sticking around, and hanging out with us. Again, for AJ, this is Alan King. And we are signing off for today's game.
Next home game, 23rd, I'll be in Indy with him, doing the Central State game.
So who's going to be here running things?
Good question. We'll figure that out. We got a little bit of time.
A little bit.
That's the way we work around here.
He'll figure it out. He always does.
I will be back.
Good job. Good job.
Appreciate it. The opportunity, it's fun. I have a good time.
I'll get it wrapped up.
I'm going to head out.
Thanks again, gentlemen.
AJ, it's good seeing you again, man. Take care.
Yeah. I'll give you one of these.
Take off as well.
If I ever have anything come up or anything like that, my card.
Should have known that it's Ganger instead of Granger.
It's Ganger.
Ganger, damn it.
Well, you
AJ Granger, remember Granger?
Granger, Michigan State basketball
Yeah, he
player.
put me about 76 rows up one time. We were playing up at BG, and we were in an aux gym, but so there wasn't 76 rows, but that's where it would have landed had.
Station's back on the air with oldies, and I've got to. I hope I can get my partner to change that. We're going 80s and newer.
All right, Rick.
All right.
See you, bud.
AJ.
Thanks again for the opportunity.
Alan,
I
great.
appreciate
Oh,
it.
we love it.